You're Purp back with another episode of the Purp Show, season 3, episode 6. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Say I got some people in the back. I'm gonna let them in real soon. Just want to get out what I need to say real fast. Say if you watch the replay, make sure you hit that like button. Say if you're brand new to this channel, you watch on Periscope or whatever, come on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Saying? Share, share, share. Sharing is caring. Always remember that. We got a lit show tonight. We're gonna be talking about the Snyder Cut. Or Zack Snyder's Justice League. Talk about some other things in between that. But you're in for a really interesting show. Definitely check out my playlist in the description below. I'll add that later, obviously. Um, where you can find all my Perp Show episodes, other live streams and whatnot. Um, yeah, man. So, without further ado, let me introduce some of my guests. Not everybody's here yet, but get my boy Tyler in here. He was the first one in the back. Get my boy PB.
What's good?
Oh, so Tyler did beat me here. I just thought it was strange that you were hassling me in the DMs, General Zod style, and I get
Yes,
here, and you're not even here yet.
yes, that's how it works.
Unbelievable.
But first, let me just say what's up to everybody in the chat. And for a disclaimer, I am not ignoring you in the chat. When I'm up here, I'm saying on the panel, I'm really engaged with the panel. I don't like to get distracted, but if I do, I am watching the chat at the same time. I'm just not, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to just do one thing at a time. But if you have any
Oh,
big,
chat disclaimers.
but if you have any big ass comments you want to leave me, please just put it in the comments, and I'll check it out later.
Oh, I
You
thought you
know,
were
it,
going to say, if you got any big ass comments that you're sure that you want him to see,
Yo,
super chats are open.
man.
so Tyler
Also,
Purp, TV.
what up, K Dot?
What's up, K
Um,
Dot?
What's good with it?
yeah, man, we got some lit shit to go through. I got surprise for some people, for the people that are tuning in. I'll show it later. I've been waiting to show this. This is for exclusive for y'all, and then next week it's gonna be worldwide. You know what I'm saying? But how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Tyler, how you been?
I'm extremely tired. I got 2 hours of sleep. Let's go with it.
Hey, Dot, what's up, bro? I
Man,
feel like I feel like I haven't talked to you in a minute. I don't know.
man, I've been good, bro. Just doing my thing, collecting my 50,000 worlds. I'll hit you back in a bit.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna do my thing, get my
Swag
50,000
Kage,
worlds. Dark side came to collect.
Swag should be here soon. I don't know. I'll wait for him and whatnot. To start the whole Justice League thing, whatever. But little promo for those Attack on Titan fans out there. This Sunday will be the quote unquote final episode of Attack on Titan, which I don't think it's gonna be the last episode. It's obviously gonna come back for a movie, like they're gonna finish it up with movies or a sequel series or something like that, or a part two. But I will have my episode review for episode 16 up Sunday. And then the same day, later on that night, I'll just have my AOT live. I know the Black Guru's going to be there. K Dot, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Should be a fun time. AOT Sundays. It's gonna be kind of
I'll
sad,
pull up.
not having an Attack on Titan on Sundays and stuff, like actually watching something that's good. But
I mean,
I digress.
if as the marketing said in the trailer, Perp, it said season finale. It didn't say series finale. You saw that trailer?
Right.
Season finale, not
Yeah.
series finale. If a show's done, it will say
Right.
series finale. So they
Right.
got something planned. They got something they got to. You can't just, bro.
They have
We
they
only got
have
one
an
more
event.
episode.
They have an event or something like that going down that day, so they might be announcing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
A bunch of projects and all that stuff. But let me just Shout out everybody in the chat: Rebecca, Carmen, Tyler. Obviously, he's up here. Landon, King Poseidon. Salute Tony J. Naturally Geeky. Salute Philip. PB. Mike. Salute Tony. Hey man, got some people lurking. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, make sure you
You're
share
not
this
going to
out,
say
man.
happy birthday to Tony?
What you mean?
Or not Tony, to Philip? Sorry.
Happy birthday,
Philip, Philip, it's your birthday? Happy birthday.
It says today is my 20th birthday. Or my
Yeah,
birthday, I'm 20.
Yeah, I completely. You know how like how I just completely missed Tyrese's name. I didn't even notice it because I don't see this motherfucker nowhere no more. He just be ghosting. He'll be pop up right once in a while. Revis, salute. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun night. You know what I'm saying? We got one Snyder fan in this panel, and that's Tyler, brave soul.
What you mean,
Come
bro?
here
I'm
by
a Zack Snyder
himself.
fan too. What you talking about? Zack Snyder
No,
just
you're
like,
not.
He
No, you're
saved
not.
cinema.
Maddie, salute.
what's up, Maddie? Geeky, Tony, Carmen, more people. What's up, Tyrese?
More people.
What's up, other people?
Well, I guess we can kind of start with this as we're waiting. To kind of get your thoughts on this before we
Oh,
get
I
into
have
the listing.
thoughts.
Let's talk about Black Widow. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That suit looks fire, bro. I ain't
you
gonna
knew
lie.
you were going to get me to watch that video, didn't you, you son of a bitch?
Yes. By the way, yes, this suit is fire. She's showing them curves. I wish they would have just had like, a shot of the back. Can I get a shot of the back? Can we get like both angles? You know, say
No,
that's just
she's
me
got to be
personally.
walking at a 45.
True. Oh, Philip, you 20? That's what's up. You're a young boy. That's all good. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was 20, I fucked up my 20s, bro. I'll tell you, I fucked up my 20s. I got too comfortable. But yeah, so Black Widow has been delayed till what? July 6th? No, July 9th. And it's
I
also
don't know.
going to
You're
be
the one
on.
who did the video. I'm the one who
Yeah,
cried.
and it's going to be on Disney Plus. Which let me tell you, let me just gloat real quick. Purple Diamonds. Yeah, I called that. People said, nah. Just wait. You know, Marvel's not gonna put their MCU movies on streaming. They would never do such a thing. Look, whatever. I was right.
Bro.
I was
Same
right.
thing, man.
What she
Same
said,
thing.
yeah, right. Like it's just a no brainer. Like this is not a bad thing because they looked at Raya's box office and that shit. It's not terrible, but it could be much better. You know, and with theaters slowly opening up, only at like 25% capacity, people still aren't going to the movies like that. So you gotta do what you gotta do this year. I want to get your thoughts on this, Tyler.
It's an amazing move. Black Widow on Disney Plus. It's a plague.
Are you paying that 30 or are you going to the theater? Is your theaters open by you?
I might do both.
Okay.
Might go to the theater and
Hey,
see it on Disney Plus.
y'all see how Tyler be flexing like that? You know what I'm saying? I see it. I see you.
Man, I'm gonna just say this. Look, I
JJ Smooth, look.
don't spend $30 in the theaters for a movie ticket. I'm not spending $30 for no Disney Plus Premiere access. Bootleg season. I ain't finna pay $30.
You don't got no 30s. I mean not 30. You got no theaters open?
I'm not. I mean, I have one open, but I'm not even sure if they're gonna show Black Widow. I'll have to see.
Bro, all y'all. Let me address this real quick, right? Y'all just got a 14
theater open,
y'all.
but
Hold on, y'all just got a $1,400 stimulus check. Y'all talking about $30 each? Come on, bro.
I don't got no stimulus. What you talking about, bro? I don't got no stimulus.
You ain't got it yet, though. You ain't got it yet.
I'm not even eligible this year for my stimmy, so I can't even get one.
No. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You'll get a check, and it'll show up at the exact right time that Disney knows when the majority of their fans would go and see the movie.
Nah, enjoy your guys' stimulus money. I'll be poor and bootleg.
Well, you already know that's going to happen, you know what I'm saying? Because as soon as that shit hits streaming, that's just right up on, you know what I'm saying, over at my cousin Cody's house. You know what I'm saying?
Cousin Cody. Unfortunately, with this one, can't go and see it at Cousin Cody's. Gotta see it on the big screen, especially if I have the option. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, look at what we're looking at right now. Why would I not go and see that on the big screen?
So, PB, how do you feel about Black Widow going to theaters and going to be on Disney Plus?
I mean, it makes me wonder exactly what the budget for the film was and how much they're willing to lose on it that they're going to put it out on streaming. Although you said $30 a pop, so they're going to make something off of it there. But I don't see how you're going to get the repeat views that you do at the theater the same way that you would on a streaming service. I don't see somebody wanting to spend $60 to see it, right?
Yeah. Well, technically, you're paying for like almost $40 because it's on top of your subscription.
Oh, okay, right. It's on top of the subscription. Okay, fair enough.
I don't understand why they wouldn't just be like, all right, if you want to if you're not subscribed, you can still watch the movie, but you gotta pay the 30 jump. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay the 30 bills. You know what I'm saying?
No, you would think that they would have some guest option so that people could just watch it video on demand style if that's what they were going to do. But apparently they don't necessarily care about that. You said they broke 100 million subscribers, didn't you?
Yeah, with like barely any fucking new content. It's just behooves me. That tells you that Disney, they are a powerful ass company. They are very powerful. That name
So,
definitely.
I mean, how often is Netflix releasing a movie that they spent $100 million or $200 million to make?
I don't know, but they are releasing like a brand new movie. Like they had that one trailer where they were like, "Oh, 30 was it 20 like 73 something different movies or some shit like that." They're releasing a movie like every week or some shit like that. So
yeah, I think the only Netflix even produced any films with like budgets that hit 100 million.
I didn't. I think
doing some, but do they have
the Irishman? That's pretty. I think that's like possibly their most expensive movie on there.
Let me check.
Okay.
They paid like 90 to get that on there. Yeah, like
159. Purpose 159 million for the Irishman budget.
Damn.
Right. Okay. So that's a big ass freaking budget for something that you're putting onto a streaming service. But
yeah,
I suppose, what's it take to recoup that in one-time monthly fees?
I don't think they really.
How many new subscribers would they need?
I mean,
a million new subscribers is $7 million, right?
Yeah, I don't think they really. I mean, at that, I know they're looking at like subscribers, but at the same time, I think they know that they're taking a loss. Like Netflix, how much money does Netflix lose a year? They lose like billions of dollars a year and shit, but I don't think they really care because they still make a lot of money at the same time. But I don't know, it's weird. But I think that's just where the industry is going. So it's like, and COVID and stuff like that kind of forced their hand. So they got to kind of. I feel like they've been wanting to kind of do something like this, but they kind of had their hands forced.
Okay, why don't you ask this maniac so he can hate on Marvel?
K-Dot?
No, the one who just showed up. Oh, he's muted. Son of a bitch. There he is.
Hater now? Fuck. My bad. Shit.
I always
Go
hear you
ahead.
hating on Marvel.
No,
He
bro. I
loves
love
Marvel.
my favorite
Oh yeah,
characters.
Marvel trash, bro. DC all day.
Yeah. K9's such a flip flopper, yo. Don't let him fool you.
The swag has arrived.
What's up,
Yeah, what up,
Swag?
y'all?
All right, where
Hey,
you
I ain't
been
gonna
at?
lie to you, bro. I haven't slept in 2 days. I'm kind
Oh
of tired.
God.
You know, it's cool. Here to support.
Tired too, man.
You haven't slept in 2 days. Interesting. All right,
That's
so
usually me.
before we get into this movie and whatnot, I want to kind of talk about them kind of putting the axe on the Snyderverse. I got I had to pull this up. They put
Oh my
the
god, bro!
they put the axe to Snyderverse. Got a lot of
Finally.
people up in arms.
Rest in peace.
That's
Kate,
a long
let
time for a movie
let
to
the people.
live.
Kate, let the people know exactly what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying?
So as Ann Sarnoff, who is a chairwoman of Warner Brothers, I forgot her exact role, but she's heading up HBO Max and other services and stuff. Basically, the entertainment portion of Warner Brothers. So basically, Ann Sarnoff put out a statement basically saying that they are done with the Snyderverse and they will be moving on. She is glad that that Zack Snyder has a ambitious fan base, as she said. But as she said, they're moving on to bigger, better things. And the Snyderverse is done. They just wanted to get Zack's vision out, even though they just wanted to make some money. But they just wanted to get Zack's vision out and be done with it.
Make money. Yeah, they made money off of it. Okay.
So yeah, Ann Sarnoff basically just said Snyderverse is done, and she also called out the fandom, the toxic part of it, and she called it out. And she basically said, "We're not." She didn't say it directly, as I wish she said she would, but she's basically saying from how she said it, we're not giving in to no more fan demands. We're going to do our own thing, but still try to respect the fans' wishes because she strictly said she wants to appeal to a broader audience, not just a singular audience, a broader audience, meaning the general audience, just how Marvel does just like how Marvel
right.
does. They appeal to the broader audience, which makes sense. More money.
And what people gotta realize too that like are upset by this news. I know Tyler ain't. He don't really give a fuck. Like he's ready to move on as well. But you know what I'm saying? It's just business. Like none of all of Snyder's movies, like as far as under the DC like brand, you know what I'm saying, have underperformed. So why would they continue to go down that route when people that's obviously what like a majority of the people do not want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like some people want to see the Snyderverse continue, but that's like a small minority of people. Like you saw that Joker made $1 billion, Aquaman made $1 billion, Wonder Woman almost made $1 billion. So that's where they kind of want to go because there's like, all right, so this is what people obviously want. You know what I'm saying? If BVS made $1 billion, we'd probably be having a different discussion at this point.
Right.
At this point, but it's just business. People just gotta understand that's just fucking business.
I mean,
even Shazam was not a success financially, but it was a success with the critics. The critics really love it. Whether you use Rotten Tomatoes or not, it got 94%, meaning a lot of people loved it. From the side of the critics, Shazam. It was no profit money wise, but as far as how it was looked at critically, it did very well. So it performed. Shazam did its thing. Now Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 84, those are different. Those obviously did not live up to expectations, but those are only two missteps. That not every film is going to be perfect. Same as Marvel, not every film in the MCU is perfect. There's some missteps.
All right. Enough with that. I know people wanted to. They came here to see our thoughts on Justice League.
Super chat.
Is there?
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh.
It's up there a little bit.
You got
$5 from Seto Kaiba's bank account. R.I.P. Snyderverse. You left us too late.
I appreciate
Agreed.
it, Seto. Appreciate it. JJ Smooth, I see you in here. Enrique, I see you. Ty Smith, I see you. Big Bro, I see you. You know what I'm
The
saying?
Snyderverse should have left us after Batman vs Superman.
True.
Oh yeah, Mike brought up a good comment. The one right there, the one about
This one?
yeah. Because if you look, people want Justice League 2 and 3 to continue. Those are like movies that are going to need at least 300 million each. Those movies will be expensive, too expensive,
right?
To even create on HBO Max.
See, people
like it can be done, but that's expensive. That's 300.
And that's what I say, Kid. Like people don't understand like the business side of things. Like it's just better to cut off your losses now. Just move forward. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's get into this. You know what I'm saying? Zack Snyder's Justice League released last Thursday. You know what I'm saying? 4-hour fucking movie. Jesus Christ! Like who thought I don't like really like just like letting this whole entire movie just marinate and sit in my head. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna watch it the second time, but then I thought to myself, I was like, nah, I'm good. But
I only seen it twice.
This is the special edition. You know what I'm saying? The Zack Snyder's Justice League, the finesse edition, and niggas definitely got fucking finesse out of this fucking. Personally, that's what I feel like I got finessed, bro. I feel like I got finessed. Yes.
How'd you get finessed?
But I watched the same goddamn movie, but longer,
same
bro.
movie?
Like,
same fucking movie.
Really did.
How did you? Oh, you accidentally played the 2017.
We'll get into it though. We'll get into it though. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely. I'll give you my initial thoughts and then kind of break this down. I want to kind of break this down by character, by the different characters and stuff, and kind of just go from there. But you know, I just want to give you my initial thoughts because it's nothing really too different from 2017. Like I kind of like overly praised that movie only because I didn't know nothing about like the behind the scenes shit at the time, and I was like just getting started on YouTube and stuff like that. And I knew the backlash with BVS. A lot of people were like split on it. I like BVS for what it was. It could have been better, yes. Did Doomsday need to be in there? No. Did Superman need to die in the second movie? Fuck no. But overall, I was just like, you know, I was cool with it. But then over time, I was just like, I don't. The hype kind of wore off, and I think it's the same thing with this. Like a lot of people were just already excited about this movie, so they're gonna love it and praise it. Motherfuckers need to stop saying that this shit's a masterpiece, saying this was better than all the Avengers movies put together. Like, stop that shit. Like, it
was good. It was good, not a masterpiece, but it was. Good.
But I was like, but that really like you really setting somebody up for that because you're sitting there saying like, oh, this is better than Infinity War, Endgame, and stuff like.
Hey, my nigga, it's close. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, bro, not even close, bro.
Garbage.
No.
Yeah,
no. Stop. Don't come in here with that bullshit, bro. No,
my God.
No. Absolutely
Infinity
not.
War comes close to the Dark Knight. You gotta be kidding me.
What? I'm just saying I could debate.
That's another thing. I've seen so many comparisons. Like, yo, this is better than the Dark Knight. I was like, bro, stop.
No, that is. It's not better than the Dark
I was like, bro. What are people talking about? I was like, I'm so glad that like Tyler and many people like Tyler are reasonable people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have him on the stream. I fucks with Tyler. I respect his opinions and whatnot sometimes. But yeah, it's just like yeah, man, just going into this, there was definitely a lot riding on this movie, and I think what you're seeing is because obviously you have people out there that loved the movie before it even came out, so it's just like your opinion is just, I don't know, not valid. Uh, but also I feel like, I think after a few months go by, people are going to see that, like, I just think that people are going to end up forgetting about this movie, overall over time. But I just want to get everybody's kind of first initial reactions that we can get into it. Tyler.
What'd you say for me?
Now I say, like, I just want to get your first, like, kind of initial thoughts on the movie as a whole. Because I know you watch it like 10 times, which is crazy.
Oh my god!
I mean, only 6 times PB.
Oh my god!
It's less.
I watched it once.
That's surprising if you're not into it. But my initial thoughts, it was fire. I was happy. I was like,
I'm glad.
Thank you for finally giving us this. It's my initial thoughts.
Yeah,
and I was like, to me, I was like, wow, this is a whole new movie. I don't understand how people on the internet were saying it wasn't.
You didn't think that the runtime was atrocious?
The runtime? Well, the whole point of the release was to have a long runtime, so.
Okay.
I don't know why people keep saying Zach doesn't know how to condense. It's like, that's not
because he doesn't, man. You spend 10 minutes getting to a mountaintop.
Yeah, this movie is supposed to have
the point of our movie is to tell a story, not just to make it as long as possible because of. No, but why? Why make it as
people asked for?
No, people didn't ask for it to be 4 hours long.
That's exactly what they asked for. When he said there was a 4-hour cut, they said release that.
Yeah, after he was gone, because the movie that came out was trash.
Yeah.
Well, still better than what he released.
Hold on. I won't go out of order, but PB, the man that wrote, he has 8 pages front to back of this movie. How did you feel about this movie initially going into it and after watching it?
Going into it, I mean, I'm always up for the possibility of a Superman or a Batman story being great. But history tells me that Zack Snyder has no idea what he's doing with those characters. And then I had to sit there and watch them for, I guess if we're not counting the credits, 3 hours and 52 minutes. Oh my God, talk about giving me a headache. And then you take the villain of the movie and you turn him into a little bitch. I mean, who kneels to a secretary? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh man, that's all your thoughts right there.
Oh, well, just initial thoughts. I thought that's what we were doing.
How about you, Swag? I know you have some
I'm not
thoughts.
really surprised. I feel like the culture in our society right now, people are operating in outliers, meaning that minority opinions get omega boosted to the top just because it's minority opinions. Just like anything else we've seen, I feel like opinions will change when it comes to this movie. I mean, it's the same thing that happened to BVS. A lot of people loved it. Few people hated it, and then now everybody hates that movie, right? Now it's most people hated the movie, but before, niggas don't remember. A lot of people love that movie, and it's just it's not that I'm not really surprised at the people saying, it's a Avengers level movie, it's better than the first Avengers, Age of Ultron, because nigga, it better be shit. We've waited 4 to 5 years for this. It better be on Avengers level, like through the bullshit we had to stick out for this shit. Like, I'm expecting an Avengers level movie, but sadly, they're not delivering that aspect. In terms of the movie itself, I watching the movie and having my previous thoughts and just feelings on what scenes Joss Whedon had cut out, what scenes he may have added in, and just watching the movie and really finding out that most of the movie is Zack Snyder. And the whole scene with Superman versus the Justice League that everybody thought was Joss Whedon's is Zack Snyder's. So it's just it's mind boggling how people are ready to give Snyder credit. Oh, you see, it was Snyder that did that scene, but everything else, but it's still Joss Whedon's movie. He fucked the
Taste the
movie
look.
up with 80% of the movie. It's like, bruh, this movie, I don't understand how people critique movies nowadays. Cause the story is the same, the characters are the same, the progression is it's just you can't just look at a movie and say, okay, it's choppy, so I'm gonna go a whole 3-letter grade down to a C, and then okay, now the movie is more stable. I'm gonna go all the way up to an A. Bro, the story is still trash. The characters are still not the same. The characters are supposed to be. You know,
And,
it makes no sense to me.
and swag, you make a good point, and that's why I was talking about why it's the same movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a different movie as far as length, but it's as far as the story goes, it's the same story that we're
I
getting,
hope and I hope people
but more
stop
fleshed
like
out.
acting. Like I hope people see, this was his vision. We should have, nigga, you dumb fuck. You can't release a 4-hour cut movie like this inside a theater and expect it to make bank.
Well,
Like, what the
Ashley,
fuck is wrong with y'all? I feel bad for Joss Whedon, real shit. Like, if you ask me, he edited the movie down perfectly. Maybe not
Oh
perfect.
man,
Good
he
enough.
edited it damn well. I rewatched the original Justice League just to make sure I had Steppenwolf right, and
That
I
was not
do.
hard.
And how is it?
It
It's
was
funny,
so
right?
easy. It's only an hour and 52 minutes. Boom, got the
My
whole
biggest
story, and it was the same.
my biggest
Interesting.
questions to the fans who hated the Justice League by they call it the Justice cut, right? How does it feel knowing that almost like 90% of the scenes in that movie is in Zack Snyder's cut? So if
90.
you had a problem with the Flash you thought was Joss's idea, why is Flash so kitty? Why is Batman so broken? Why is Batman telling everybody his identity? You know, why is this like that? Why is Wonder Woman? Nigga straight up lied, my nigga. People were saying Wonder Woman is so much of a savage in this movie. What the hell are they
Yes, she
talking
was.
about? She was wrecking Steppenwolf even worse in Joss's movie. So shit like that
Nah.
is like, bruh.
the one difference in that whole entire scene is the Flash falling on Wonder Woman's breasts. You
That's the
know,
one.
Oh my god!
Ooh,
Speaking of
that's
Wonder
crazy to me.
Woman,
Ooh,
that
damn. I
trash
don't think you
ass,
watched
and
it.
I'll give this to Joss.
not say
Joss
one
had
of the differences.
Joss had better superhero movie music inside his version because every
So
time
much
Wonder Woman
better.
went on screen and we heard that,
I
my
hear
god,
that shit, bro.
bro, that shit, it was so funny, but like repetitive and stupid. It just took me out the movie, you know. And it's just little things like that throughout the movie, little breadcrumbs like that pile on top of each other. Just makes the movie kind of, you know, like it's a better movie in terms of from foundation and up, you know, in terms of how it's shown and how it progresses. You know, it's not convoluted like stuff like that, but it's still dumb. Like for what it is, the story, the villains, like the
We're gonna
villain
get into that.
dialogue in this movie was pure garbage. Basic, generic. I will claim every like, bro. I will claim every world. I will destroy. Like, all right, nigga.
We'll get into that.
Like,
We'll get into
Had
that.
some Thanos
Save
lines
that.
in there.
Save that. Save that. All right. So
Thanos.
K dot.
All right.
Keep it short.
Oh.
Keep it short.
Good luck.
First initial thoughts of what I thought about this movie, right? Well,
Ew.
originally, we remember that Zach, at first, at the start of everything, had 5 hours worth of footage, crunched it down to 4, and his original plan was to release a 3-hour film, right? But after watching this movie, and now looking at everything, and going back to past films and looking at this film too, this film would have only worked in this 4-hour length to take a good grasp of the story and watch it all at once and digest it, because it's just like the problem with the BVS. You cut down Zach's long movies, they're gonna have huge problems. You if this movie was always screwed from the start, if Zach even cut this down to 2 hours, this movie would have not been as good. It would have probably been worse because he would have had to cut out a whole bunch of shit. Hella stuff would have not made sense. This film only works in 4 hours, but I like this better than BVS.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
Steppenwolf, I liked in this movie. I liked his dialogue. Them ugly
Oh
hands.
my god.
Damn, them ugly ass
Bro,
hands.
them hands, bro, those are weird, bro. Because at first,
I like
when I saw,
Steppenwolf in the
hold
movie. I like Steppenwolf in the movie, and I gotta throw some props towards the visual effects of Steppenwolf for his armor, because whoever did the visual effects, they did a really good job. Because if you didn't realize that the armor was like literally moving almost every time he was.
I noticed. It
Yeah,
was a huge
you know,
waste of money.
it was. But you know, they did their
Bro,
thing. The
when that
visual
armor
effects artists
came
did their
off,
thing.
that nigga looked like dry semen. He looked disgusting.
Like, yeah, you can make
He's
the
an
armor
alien monster.
move. Why
Yeah.
can't they make the grass look like it's real?
But I mean, the action and stuff extended slightly better than Joss's. I do agree. Some of the visuals better than Joss's. Comedy not as good as Joss versions. But as far as the whole story, the core story, you know, the League teaming up to battle Steppenwolf and they beat them, still the same. But you have slight tweaks. You have your slight tweaks. There is tweaks, but not drastic enough to where the whole core story changes.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that did, one thing, and this is my last thing, one thing that ruined the story for me was a whole dark side war sequence and that anti-life.
We'll save that. Say that.
So I'm
say
just
that.
saying, just
Say-
one
say
thing
that,
that ruined that anti-life shit.
Oh shit!
Better directing could have fixed it. Zach did not put in the right words and names to help fix that shit. But we'll talk about it.
Okay. So everybody got their first initial.
Better than BVS. Less boring than BVS, but better than BVS for sure.
All right. So everybody got their first initial thoughts and all that thing out there. All right. So we're gonna go character by character, and it's gonna be random. We're gonna start off with the elephant in the room, probably one of the worst fucking characters that did not need to be in this movie at all is Manhunter.
Oh,
It's Aquaman.
I got something for him though. Like, right, get him the fuck out of here. Like, real talk, useless character, did not need to be in this shit at all. Like, this whole time that they're fighting, you know what I'm saying? They're fighting Steppenwolf. He could have popped in. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck was he doing this whole fucking time? Talking to fucking Lois like a fucking creep. All that shit. Like, I didn't like that. His design. Tell me how Piccolo from Dragon Ball Evolution looks better than this shit. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. But let me get y'all thoughts.
I didn't expect so much CGI. I didn't expect it to be all CGI.
I want to get Tyler's thoughts on this.
Well, what do you want by thoughts? Because I think that Lois scene in this 4-hour movie was kind of needed to explain why Lois does go back out into the world. There's no
Lois
God.
Millie
That's
in the movie?
the point of the scene.
The whole point of the scene was that the mother-in-law was supposed to be the catalyst, not
Yeah, she
some
was.
random Martian.
Martian Manhunter is her. Henry Lennox is one of her close friends. He looks out for her. He was probably really hurt.
So you ruined the scene because now you have no emotional moment between the two characters. They don't know each other.
Moment.
Between who?
He was pretending to be Martha.
But it's not Martha, and we know that. So as soon as he walks out and changes, right, and we're the ones that are supposed to feel the emotion. We're the audience. So as soon as he walked out and changed, I was like, well, it don't matter anymore.
Nah, damn, wow.
Hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
The seriousness of the
I'll say this. I'll say this because no matter what I say, you guys, it's not gonna matter to you guys. But I'm gonna say why. And if you don't like it, that's on you. But the whole point of that scene was for him to get Lois back into the world. He had to be Martha because Martha and her share the specific thing. Even Martha says it. Only you feel my pain. No one else understands. It's the only way to connect. Only way for Lois to feel anything, to get the hope, the spark to get back out.
Was
And
to
that's just what it
impersonate
is.
someone.
That's a fair point. PB.
Whether
How
or
you
not
feel
you
about-
like it, that's what it is.
Wait, I'm
No,
sorry.
why
but-
does no? The question
Wait,
is, why does it have to be Martian Manhunter? Why
It didn't
can't
have
it
to.
just
It was
be
just a nice.
Martha
It
Kent?
was just a
That's
nice.
the whole point. Because you can
It was
still
just-
add
because they
Martian
both care
Manhunter
about her.
later.
They both cared
How do-
about her.
When have we ever seen Martian Manhunter care about Lois Lane at any point?
You don't even need to keep calling it. It's Henry. It's the general.
Yeah, when?
And all the scenes they had together in previous movies.
Wait, you talking about when he's talked to, bruh? They don't even know each other that well, bro. They're like,
They do.
okay.
And I know you guys don't watch interviews with Zach, and if you don't care about that either, that's still up to
I mean,
you.
if you base a plot
But he said
of a
he's
movie-
seeded that out throughout the older movies, their
if you
relationship.
have to go to the director to explain a plot in a movie, then
Again,
feel
I
the
know
movie
you don't
failed.
like it. I know you don't care about that, but it's just what it is.
No, you're
Alright,
right.
alright.
I don't care about what
I know
Zach
you
said
don't. You will care
because he
about nothing.
wasn't able
Trust me, I know
to get
this.
the point across in the
For
movie.
you.
So
you.
he had to go out in an
Bro, you
interview
just
and
said
say,
you guys
well,
don't watch
hey,
it,
I
right?
seeded this through my other movies, so
No, those
it'll
are
make sense
Past
later.
interviews for the other movies, not
That's
recent.
what I just said.
I'm
He's
sorry.
like, they're just like,
But
oh,
just-
if you didn't notice
I'm
this,
asking you,
you know.
can we watch these movies without watching an interview and
I
understand?
did, yes, I understood him.
And that's what we're asking you to explain. I want you to explain to me why Martian Manhunter deemed Lois an important source to the survival of humanity, or I don't know, to an attack that he saw.
He just
coming,
wanted her back in the
when
world. He wanted to
knows
go
that
back to
Superman
work.
is
He wanted
dead.
her. He saw that all she would do is sit at the house, didn't go to work, only would get coffee, go mourn every single day. That's tough to watch your friend do that shit.
So this nigga's been stalking her pretty much.
Right?
That's
Oh my God. So wait, he was close to her as the general, correct?
Yes, and like
on.
Martha said, I called the Daily Planet. They said you haven't been there in a long time.
Right. He was close to her as the
Didn't mean he was
general.
watching her.
No, that's not the point I'm getting at. He was close to her as the general. They knew each other, as you say, so why couldn't he just go there and they could have that emotional moment
Because
instead of
nobody
impersonating
feels
somebody
her pain
else?
except Martha.
And that's
Wait,
what doesn't
it
make
doesn't
sense
matter
because
who
you
you
could
are.
just have it be Martha. It should just
that
be
takes away
Martha.
from his character.
And for her,
that takes
it
away from his
was.
character. If he's so close to Lois and he cares so much about how she
It's
feels,
so simple. You
go
guys
to
are
her on your
being
own
so
accord.
deep into it. It's just extremely simple to understand.
Well, Zach's the one that wants
Fine,
his
it's
movies to be
irrelevant.
so
It didn't have
deep
to
and
be.
emotionally fulfilling for us.
It's still so simple to grasp. I'm shocked that you guys can't, especially you guys are all movie buffs, right? You can't even
It's
grasp
not, bro.
this.
It's not that it's
crazy.
complicated.
I
In fact,
can't
It sounds
grasp
like you
that
guys think
he
it's
couldn't
extremely
think.
complicated.
Look, I'm gonna say this about it, right? I'm gonna say this about it. In my honest
not
opinion,
everything has to be deep, bro. I swear, Zack Snyder.
Look,
be thinking,
I mean,
like,
I'm not
people-
making it that deep.
Hold on.
I'm
Let
just saying,
K-Dot
people
go.
be thinking
Go.
Zack
Look,
Snyder movies
I'm-
are like so deep when they're actually simple and just dumb. Like, oh, let me add this effect. Let me add this character moment. That means absolutely nothing. I
Go.
had no build up to, but it's deep because of what he's saying. You know, it's the
Hold
same.
on,
Same
Swag.
as Martha saying, "Oh, don't you get it? They have the
Hold
same
on, Swag.
money."
Hold on. Go ahead, K-Dot.
look, I'm gonna say this on this situation, right? In my opinion, it should have actually been Martha because it would have been a strong emotional moment. But I had no issue with Manhunter being in this film. My issues was how you use Manhunter. Now, in my honest opinion, Manhunter should not have been used in this fashion because him trying to get Lois to work at the Daily Planet, I can care less about that. I can care less. I mean, Superman's revival was probably enough for me to see her gain the inspiration to go back to work because it's obvious when he died that she lost the inspiration to go to work. And in the Whedon cut, as it shows, when she came back,
Oh, wow.
she got the inspiration to go back. This is how you should have used Manhunter. In two ways. Manhunter could have linked up with Superman at the ship when he went to go get his suit and told him, we're going to go do this together. It's time for me to stop hiding or whatever. Or he could have just popped up in a final battle out of nowhere as a surprise.
Shows his priorities.
Because because I wanted to see Manhunter do some shit. Like, I want to see Manhunter do some shit. I knew he's gonna be in here, but I was like, "Hey, Zach said shit's gonna be different. Is Manhunter gonna show up at the last minute?" That's what I wanted because he had all that extra money. He could have easily CGI'd him into the final battle.
All right. So, just to kind of keep these short, but Tyler likes it. It makes sense to him.
Yeah, I guess no
You
reason. I
know,
have no reason.
uh,
No reasons.
PB, I already know how he feels about it. Swag, I know how you feel about it. K Dot, he made his point. So, speaking of Lois, that's my next gripe about this movie. Because honestly, I never liked. Who's this actress that plays Lois Lane? Forget
Amy
her name.
Adams.
Amy Adams. I just don't. I don't really like her as Lois Lane. To be honest, I just feel like she's just there. Like we literally have scenes in here of her like in slow motion or like just literally doing nothing, like not doing a goddamn thing. Um,
Yeah, she
you
didn't need
didn't
all
really.
that.
You
You
didn't
could
really need.
have scenes.
Yeah, you didn't really need her in this movie. To be honest, like
Yeah, I think that her character is more as she's more as like the humanity side of Superman, like his representation of that. She doesn't her own character, she doesn't really have much of that, but her being tied to Superman, her being the bridge between humanity and like godhood. I think that's what Zack was trying to build up
mhm.
before eventually losing her.
PB.
Well, you wanted me to know. Well, I mean, you need Lois. Apparently, she's the only way that you can bring Superman back from going totally crazy.
Yeah,
So you gotta
I feel
have her.
like
You gotta have her for at least one scene.
Wait.
yeah, it's kind of similar to how like Black Widow or like Black Widow, would be that one character that could calm down the Hulk back in like Age of Ultron and stuff like that. So I could see why they did that, but I just was like, e- for me, it's just like her character. Every time she popped up, it's like, why is she here? Like, why do I care? Like,
No,
that's just
she
me
only
personally.
had about 5 more scenes than she needed in the movie.
Okay, Tyler, how you feel about it?
Yeah, she had a couple of useless scenes, like her looking at the cape. That was useless.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had no issue with it
Uh,
being in the movie. It's just too many scenes of Lois. You could have literally cut down a whole bunch of scenes and just left the scene where she went to go talk to Superman when he got revived, when they left together to go back to the farm, and you still would have got some effect. I mean, you didn't need that scene of Lois going to go to give coffee to the police officer. Yeah, it's world building, but it's like useless. You don't need it.
Notice we're going to be saying a lot of that tonight. Notice we're going to be saying a lot of, you should have probably cut
so
that out. We didn't need that scene.
so next character, before we get into like the villains of this film, let's talk about Aquaman because I feel like
Damn,
I'm a
this
little
text.
bit I'm a little bit mixed of with Aquaman because like it's definitely like a digression of his character compared to like his solo movie. Like he is
His
different in
character was
this.
kind of different. His character was kind of different.
Yeah,
In,
his character is definitely
in one
different.
aspect. One aspect.
Hmm. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's and the underwater fight scenes with him and Steppenwolf. Like I don't know. I felt like they did it better with like James Wan kind of how I like did the underwater like fight scenes better. It kind of felt like they're just obviously looks like you're moving in slow motion and whatnot. And whatnot. I think it could have been better. I don't know. I'm a little mixed with this one. Swag, how you feel about it?
I mean, like you said, he's the prime representation of digression. Just in comparison to James Wan's Aquaman, it's kind of sad. But my main problem with him, and it's a problem that I have with a lot of the other characters too, is I don't really get much conviction from him. Just like the Flash, like I don't get much conviction compared to Batman, Cyborg, and Wonder Woman. He's just kind of there. Like I know he wants to protect the world and stuff, but it's like I wish I could have just Zach could have dove a little bit more into his mind and really tell us why he is how he is and why he's doing these, you know. And that's the problem. That's a big problem I have with the movie. The movie is 4 hour long, so you would expect a bit more character building, a bit more information when it comes to these, you know, things like these. But instead, we got a lot of scenes that we did not need. You know, a lot of pointless scenes. So yeah, he was kind of just in the way. You know, he wasn't really
Okay, that's
powerful
fair.
like that.
What up, bro? What up, Squirrel? Man, Squirrel.
What's up, Mad? Flag, you still going? Cause
Yeah.
Hold up.
To finish, I also want to say, I mean, he was still the whole biker gang surfer dude, Yahoo, but you know, to a lesser extent, but he's still that character. He's one of those
Yahoo!
But all right, next person I want to go to is Tyler. I'm going like random orders.
speak the truth, Goat Dallas. Speak the truth.
How you feel about his?
When I think about Aquaman, he's just the backup muscle to Wonder Woman before Superman comes back. Nothing crazy. 2017, you just get a glimpse of Aquaman before his movie. That type of stuff. Nothing crazy with him.
True. Okay. PB.
2017 shows an appropriate amount of Aquaman. The Snyder Cut once again has a problem with length.
Well said. K-Dot.
I'm gonna say this because I said it earlier. Aquaman and Ashley also noticed this too. Hopefully Tyler noticed it. You guys might have noticed it too. Cyborg was Aquaman was a little bit more sympathetic. He wasn't so douchebaggy as he was in the, not saying in the full Whedon cut, he was a full on douchebag. He wasn't. He was just suppressing how he really felt at times. And when Wonder Woman put the lasso on him, he revealed how he really felt. He was honored to stand by them. He was just really suppressing his thoughts because he's not. He doesn't open up like that.
Hold on, K-Dot. Do you think that Aquaman knows SpongeBob?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. You know he be doing.
I ain't seen any pineapples down there.
Man, he be clapping sponges and shit. I don't know. He be
clapping sponges.
But in this version, Jason Momoa had the perfect chance to really display some really good acting, and you could have had a really good Cyborg and Aquaman scene, but they did. Zach didn't even go there. I'll give an example. After Victor's dad died, Aquaman made a comment to Flash saying, you know, it's really messed up that Cyborg has to do this fight and he just lost his father and stuff, and we're, you know, trying to force him to do this act with us even though he's probably not prepared for it. Now he was talking to Flash, right? But what really would have probably made that scene more powerful was if Aquaman actually walked up to Cyborg and, you know, talked to him and really like try, not comfort him, not on no such shit, but, you know, talk to him, talk like, you know, your dad died and shit. You know, let's talk about it, because the scene prior to that, because the scene prior to that, where his dad died, which I thought was done poorly. The acting in that scene could have been way better. They really didn't show that they cared about Victor's dad dying, and they, you know, Aquaman had a chance to really show more of his character. You know, so that he could be, you know, show his emotional side and stuff, and he didn't go there. So you had chances, and Zach didn't even act on them in this film for Aquaman. But other than that, he's just extra muscle. I mean, he's really not needed in this movie. To be honest, you need someone. You could have easily took out Aquaman and put a Green Lantern in his place. You didn't.
Okay, well, technically, you shouldn't get rid of Aquaman in Justice League, but you should definitely add a Green Lantern, and neither of them have that.
No. I think Aquaman should have probably came into Justice League 2 when he's established as a king. This rookie Aquaman and stuff, and he and Zach,
we're not talking about the movies being out of order.
I know. I'm just saying. Aquaman's element is water, and he barely is around water in this movie to do what he needs to do to be Aquaman. Be cool.
But he was still surfing in midair.
That shit was. He
surfed once.
Wait, before we continue, hold on. Before we continue, we got like 28 people. Almost, we had like 30 people in here. God damn it. But
But
I wanted
I'll say
to
one positive real quick about Aquaman that I
go
did
ahead.
like. One positive that I really like. This a little scene, but when Aquaman and Cyborg both teamed up on Steppenwolf and did that tag team attack, he slammed down his trident. It's like, yo, I want the smoke. He did that little wave at Steppenwolf. I was like, all right, I'm fucking with it. This dude, all right, this tight, this cool. My one little positive. He has some good action sequences to an extent. Some good action sequences.
All right. Before we get into the villains, I wanted to kind of like give the people
Can I
are
add real quick to K-Dot's point?
good.
Yeah, I just want to say, when K-Dot said the thing about Aquaman being more douchey in Joss's cut, I actually think that was a positive because the whole marketing of this movie that we've seen with previous trailer was to unite the league, and Aquaman being as douchey as he was, right, being kind of self-contained, and then to reveal his emotions due to the lasso, right? I feel like it's a bit of a character.
Oh no, I didn't have no issue with
thing
him
with
being douchey. I was okay with it. I was okay with him being douchey.
yeah,
He
same
was
thing.
so
The
Same
douchey
thing
in
with
this
lasso
movie.
Batman
reveal,
and
like being there.
yeah, same thing with Batman and Wonder Woman having a sort of dispute. You know, the whole Flash saved one person. Every character was kind of flawed, and they had a progression through the story. But in this cut, they kind of all seemed, already united. Already, yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's go. You know, not really any dispute
Mhm.
between Wonder Woman and Batman. She was for the plan, like, from day one. Except for Cyborg. Cyborg was the only one who really was dealing with inner conflict. So
We'll get to Cyborg soon
That
too.
was a coding
Um,
issue.
but for the people that are watching, just tuning in right now, I wanted to kind of give y'all a little preview of something I was working on.
Oh, jeez.
My new intro. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Like it's gonna premiere next Thursday, but
Right now.
I wanted to kind of show the people watching, because I care about you. So I felt like this would be a perfect time to show my new intro to the 28 people watching, 25 people now, but but
Whatever.
it's all good. So here's my new intro.
All that
Yep.
purple.
Yep, and that's all you get till next week. You know what I'm saying? For the people that missed it, oh well. You know what I'm saying?
Who was that first guy running naked?
It was a tight.
Was that one of them Titans that my cousin is
No.
afraid of?
Nah, but I just wanted to show that off to the peoples. You know what I'm saying? I put that again. It took me like a couple, like a few hours to put some touches on. I had an original cut of that, ironically, no pun intended. And I just completely scrapped it. I was like, there's too much going on
Nah,
in that.
man. I want the extended version. Draw it out. Add some slow motion where it isn't needed.
All right, so now it's time to get to the villains real quick before we get back to the other heroes and stuff.
Let's get
This
to
should
the
be fun. This should
Dude,
be
that
fun.
was an excellent shot at Aquaman right there.
I appreciate it. But this should be interesting because I'm curious to see everybody's kind of perspective on these characters as we talk about them. You know what I'm saying? And people in the chat, feel free to talk amongst yourselves about this as well. Starting with villain number 1, Mr. Darkseid. Oh, God damn, that's an ugly motherfucker. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
that
I'm gonna start. I just want to say first and foremost, I am highly, highly disappointed in this Darkseid person. Just me, just a little gripe that I know that Tyler kind of reposted that on his Twitter that he did actually have his hands behind his back, but you barely saw that shit for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I saw it.
That shit was trash. His Omega beams, I would rather see him hit like Steppenwolf with those Omega beams through the portal and shit. That'd have been fucking sick. Be like, oh, you failed me, blah blah blah. I'm gonna kill you, explode your head, all that shit, and you know what I'm saying. And there's a lot of like little inconsistencies that I don't think nobody really noticed. Like, how the fuck did he get the Omega like the Omega powers and shit like that? Like, he didn't use that against Zeus or none of that, and you know what I'm saying? He gets his ass whooped. And I feel like that with Josh switching that scene with it just being Steppenwolf, that makes more sense.
Yeah, Steppenwolf.
Because we'll get into Steppenwolf next, but I just feel like Darkseid definitely did not need to be in this. Like, he could have just been teased. Like, you could have had him like that should have been the end of the movie or whatnot, where you see Darkseid in the flesh and all that stuff. But Kata, I want to get your thoughts on this first.
Well, let's clear the air. As going off the film of what the film says, throughout this whole film, everything you see is all Darkseid. That's what Diana said. That's what Steppenwolf says. This is Darkseid. Now, when you say it's Darkseid, I expect to see Darkseid with the Omega. When you call Darkseid, that's Darkseid. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's Darkseid. Now, Darkseid was rather weak, very, very, very weak. He got bodied in seconds. He barely had a conquest. Ares wrecked the fuck out of him. Shouts out Ares. Makes sense that Ares is that powerful too, because he killed all the gods, as it said in Wonder Woman.
Oh, wait! I'm glad that you brought that up. So this is the same Ares that went against Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman beat 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Bingo.
That's weird. That's weird. Continue.
But Darkseid, as far as the look, the face, I don't have no issue with the face. The body, I can care less for it. I actually like him rather with the armor on. That shirtless shit, no. But Darkseid in this movie was not Darkseid to me. I mean, near the end, yeah, he's obviously Darkseid because they show he has the Omega and stuff. But even then, Darkseid's intelligence was heavily downplayed in this film because, just a little inconsistency, and it's there. Diana stated in the war sequence that Darkseid found an ancient power that he was looking for, but he lost it during his conquest, the anti-life equation. And later in the film, Steppenwolf never knew that the anti-life was on Earth, and he tells Darkseid, I found the anti-life. Darkseid's like, oh, really? You found it? Well, I'm coming to Earth. And I'm like, but you found it. Why are you surprised? That could have been easily fixed by Diana not stating in the war scene that he didn't find the power. It could have been fixed. Mm-hmm. But even then, Darkseid came to Earth with 3 mother boxes. So why didn't the mother boxes tell him, but the mother boxes told Steppenwolf? It's
yeah. All right, so
he even made the imprint. He already found it. So Darkseid's his intelligence was heavily downplayed in this film. It makes no sense. Darkseid supposed to be smart. He was not intelligent in this film.
All right, so I want to go to Tyler next.
But yeah,
to kind of get Tyler's thoughts on Darkseid, and actually, I kind of want to like get your thoughts and possibly what would you have done differently?
Differently?
Yeah.
I definitely would have had him fight the League for sure.
Just like a little scrimmage.
Yes.
I would have had him come out before that portal closes. Maybe him, Superman, fight for a second, and Superman throws him through the portal, and then it closes. Type of shit.
Okay.
That's what we
then
needed.
He has the Omega, so that would have been.
That's what we needed in that shit.
Would have been a little tough. I think he shouldn't have had the Omega in the end of the movie, because then that makes it a little too hard to defeat him. So if he didn't have that too, make it more believable that he would have got 1-2 by Superman right quick.
Right. One quick thing too, like Enrique brought this up too. Like, we saw the Omega beams in a vision. That is disappointing.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that is disappointing. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I like that. I
I think
like that. I like that switch though. I like that switch that you.
Purp,
But
that thing you brought up about what you brought up about Darkseid killing Steppenwolf for his failure, like Superman. Remember when Superman punched him through the portal? Instead of Wonder Woman chopping off his head, I kind of wish Steppenwolf went through, messed up and shit. He tried to look up to Darkseid and beg for forgiveness, but Darkseid literally like melts his head with the Omega beams. I think
exactly. That would have
I
been
think they
sick.
should have did that. I think it would have been like, oh damn, it's like you fuck up, I'm gonna fuck you up. I think they should have done that. Zach should have went there with that.
All right. So PB, how do you feel about almost said Stephen? Dark Side. What would have you done differently with his character in this movie?
I would have not used him for the flashbacks. I would have left it as Steppenwolf in the flashbacks. So that way Darkseid is still
maybe.
this looming character in the background. And then when you can see him in either through the portal at the very end or in the, what do you want to call when he's doing his frickin' virtual conference call in that frickin' wall thing? What do you call that? What do you call that thing?
The mother box switch.
The mother box call? The mother box switch box.
No, the mother box.
It's just their way of communicating across space.
Right, but he does like the whole, it looks like the person, like the wall looks like the person.
Yeah, even Zach said it was not practical. You would need a slab of metal just to do it, but it looks cool. That's what he said.
It does look cool.
Okay.
Anyway, you could use him in the one spot they used him there, but I wouldn't have used him for any of the flashback war scenes or anything because I agree with K-Dot. You're making your giant big bad villain look weak. What, a third of the way through the movie?
But they also made the Age of Heroes look OP as fuck. And I think that was the point of that scene.
Yeah, I can see that, but it's still like
it really sells the scene when Diana's narrating. You know, Zeus fighting with Ares, the people from the stars, the Atlanteans fighting aside with Amazonian.
But I'll get into why.
To be honest, I'll get
into why it was kind of weird for that scene to go down. That it makes more sense that Steppenwolf was that person. But I want to get Swag's thoughts on this real quick, and we'll get to Steph.
Well, in terms of him, the whole Euxis thing, he's obviously not Euxis. I don't know how many niggas read the comics. Feel free to, correct me if I'm wrong, but this nigga Darkseid, when he was Euxis, did not possess an army, did not possess the power of the Omega Sanction. He didn't have any of these things. Only when he became Darkseid. What?
In the flashback. That wasn't his army in the flashback.
Whose army was it?
I don't know, but Steppenwolf and Desaad clearly state later, like, after that, he rises to power and claims his throne.
Yeah, I remember them saying that. Yeah.
But they also said that he went to Earth to claim, what's it called? The anti-life equation. Like for himself.
I think they just came to that Earth.
Who wants that power.
They just came to Earth and I think he just stumbled upon it.
I mean, he was leading the army. He's the one who charged them to battle.
Yeah. I'm sure he was like one of the main generals, like, go take Earth planets or whatever.
They could have been more transparent.
This is how many ships you can have.
They could have been more transparent with that, a little bit more transparent.
It's not his army, but all signs point to he's the big bad. I mean, that's the clues that the whole movie was giving us. He's the big bad. Steppenwolf is
I was just saying, just still clarifications.
All right, so now to y'all go ahead if you still go.
Yeah, and I also want to say just his look, and I think this is the biggest problem. I don't think his look would be as bad as it is if it wasn't for the color tone of the movie and just the whole scheme. And I think Zack Snyder likes to have this dark, shaded, just no
It's
coloring
very
to his
metal.
movies. He just blends in so well with everything else. Wonder Woman is supposed to have the most popping costume in the movie, but she blends with Darkseid's color scheme. It's so dumb. This nigga Darkseid is lighter than the sun. Why is the sun so dark? There's no lighting in this movie.
That picture you got over now.
And I feel like
nice
that kind of goes into why he looks so bad. But again,
Yeah, you could barely see his eyeballs or anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
what I would have done is
see them. Like,
I probably wouldn't have included him in the movie at all, or just him be a background character, because I feel like Zach is just so hasty and so ready to just have his big epic come shot. He doesn't know how to build things. Like, you see Darkseid for the first time, you're like, oh shit, it's Darkseid. You look kind of weak, but it's Darkseid, cool. And then you see him again, it's like, oh, Darkseid again. You see him again, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's here. We get used to him very quickly. And Steppenwolf, like we said before, looks and acts like a bigger threat than he does. Like, this nigga look weak, but again, I would have kept him a background character, build him up a bit more.
Well, he did the first time.
Chaz, salute. I see you here. I see you. All right, so let's move things along to the other big bad, the main big bad of this movie, and the one that has the most drastic change, which I think I prefer Joss Whedon's version of what Steppenwolf looks, because he looks like the dude from the comic, like, you know what I'm saying, or that's the closest one to the comic, and I don't understand why people would be mad about that. But this is why, like, bringing up to Tyler's point, that this is why it was so weird for me, right? So a few things were mentioned about Steppenwolf, that he betrayed Darkseid. How did he betray Darkseid? They never explained that. Also, that's why that whole scene with him actually fighting against the heroes made sense, because him failing at that moment, I can understand why he went, oh, Darkseid, 50,000 worlds or some shit. Like, that look on his face was classic, though. That shit was hilarious. That shit, like, that little he gave Desaad the little puppy dog eyes and shit and all that, and that shit was funny as hell.
Bro,
the one thing that's really creepy about him, like, and I remember when, like, the leaks were going around and stuff, like, of clips, and I thought it was like a glitch on his hands or something like that, like something wasn't finished. And then when we see the whole movie, I was like, this motherfucker got extra, like, 2 fucking fingers on his hand. Like, he got an extra pinky and he got an extra like, that shit looked fucking disgusting. I'm sorry, that shit it's creepy. That shit was disgusting. That shit was disgusting, bro. I was just like, what the hell is that? But he got 7. Yeah, he got 7 fingers. He definitely was more menacing. He was definitely more menacing because, like, his build and stuff and all that. His suit, I don't really like that. He looks like a street shark when you take off the armor and shit like that. And like I said, I think I just prefer Joss Whedon's, because he was still menacing in that. He wasn't opposing. Like, he didn't have the stature or nothing like that. The rated, and that's another thing I want to kind of touch on, is this whole movie being rated R. Like, yeah, you saw blood, but it was like, you could barely kind of, like, really see it. Like, you didn't really see no, like, besides that Green Lantern getting his hand chopped. Besides that, you didn't really, like, see.
Parademons getting cut in half by Wonder Woman.
But that's parademons. They're not human.
I know, I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I understand. Like, you can get past with that, but I'm not too big of a fan of his armor, even though it is cool that, like, when he got shot up with the arrows and stuff, he could just flex and the shits fly everywhere. I don't know, man. It's just it's kind of mixed, because I always liked Steppenwolf from the moment that we kind of first get introduced to him. Like, oh shit, he's not playing around. He wants these mother boxes. He's in and out. Like, he's not playing no games with nobody. Like, he just said, hey, you either give this up, or I'm gonna just wreck all your shit and just take it myself regardless. So
right up until he takes a knee.
So PB, how do you feel about Steppenwolf like overall in this movie?
I feel like Zack Snyder turned him into a bitch.
Mm.
Like, he was a menacing villain in the original Justice League because he was on a conquest, going around, knowing exactly what he needed to do. I'm gonna get these boxes, I'm gonna fuck up this planet. Now it's, oh, what do I have to do to get home to daddy?
Jose, salute. See you.
It's sad.
K Dot.
Shouts out to my guy Steppenwolf. The world is divided, as he said. He has some nice quotes.
Oh,
Like
hold on. The best. We gotta say hands down. The best quote that he had was that when he stepped on that on Earth, whatever. He's like, he smelled the air. He's like, oh, toxic. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that sounds funny, bro. I just be seeing that meme go around and shit. That's just funny. But keep going.
Like I say, the armor is cool. Definitely it's definitely a step up from Josh Whedon's armor, kind of basic. The armor has more practical use. But as far as the face and the hands and stuff and that extra stuff without the armor, I would have preferred the Whedon look, the Whedon face, and the Whedon hands. But other than that, he looked cool, like his size, his build, all that muscle, boom. Now I can agree with PB when he said Steppenwolf was looking kind of weak in some scenes when he was like, bound down and stuff. But it made sense because he's Darkseid's little henchman. He's a Darkseid henchman. He's the Ebony Maw to
Wait. That's Darkseid's nephew. Keep that in mind too.
Yeah. In this, I know.
Other way around.
He's not the uncle. In this version, he's not the uncle. Steppenwolf is not the uncle in this version. Zach flipped it. I think he's definitely not Darkseid's uncle in this take. Not this take.
They are family.
Yeah, they're family, but
I want to see who the daddy. Who the daddy? They some ugly motherfuckers, yo. They got an ugly family tree. They some ugly motherfuckers, bro.
But
you come out looking like that.
Ugly.
Just otherworldly creatures.
But I do want to say this, right?
Fucking mutagen.
I do want to say this. Both versions are ugly. Let's keep it a buck. They're both ugly. They both look intimidating. They're both ugly. When this Steppenwolf armor comes off, he looks like a giant nutsack. They both ugly. But I prefer the Whedon one more because he looks closer to the comic than this one. But this one, I mean, his voice was a lot deeper. I did like the deepness with his voice. I like that, his character was a lot more compelling when you fleshed out more things. Because either way, in the Whedon version, he was in exile. Still in this version, he was in exile, technically, to go get his 50,000 worlds. This fleshed it out. This movie fleshed it out. But in the Whedon version, you still got the same sense of he's in exile and he's trying to, make amends. But you didn't
need more flesh from a bitch.
One thing I wish Zach showed us, and this is where I get into a little bit of a critique. Flash and Aquaman should have their solo film, so Steppenwolf and Cyborg could have had more development in this movie. Like Steppenwolf, I was so interested in Steppenwolf. I was like, I want more scenes of this dude. I want to see more backstory. I want to see more flashbacks of what he did to betray Darkseid. Like, that's how much I want to see Steppenwolf. Flash and Aquaman was taking up so much of the runtime that Steppenwolf could have got. Because you really could have did a different type of film where your villain gets just as much development as your heroes. And it's about even. But Steppenwolf was so tight. I still want to know what he did to have to get 50,000 worlds. Like, bro, what the fuck did you do?
Like Steppenwolf probably was fucking one of Darkseid's bitch like wives and some shit like that. Like, bro, that's a no.
Who was Darkseid fucking, my nigga? Who?
I don't know, man. Probably I don't know.
He fucking Granny Goodness or something.
Bro, I don't think that nigga can.
You guys know that
a heart attack, bro.
Go ahead, Tyler.
You guys know Darkseid and Steppenwolf, they're like from another universe, right? In this movie.
Yeah.
Like they have the multiverse in this movie.
Well, I know they said the multiverse.
What do you mean they have the multiverse in this movie and they're from a different universe?
They say it several times. Darkseid's from no, they say universe, the multiverse. specifically.
Yeah, they said
Cal
more.
says it.
Interesting.
Uh,
I mean, Dark Side is actually multiverse.
it said like 3 or
because
4
his
different
true
times.
form exists outside the multiverse.
We said
They
that
say he's
from an
from another
alternate
universe.
reality.
They say different universe multiple times. And
Well,
multiverse.
Tyler, how do you feel about Steppenwolf in this movie? His design? Do you prefer Joss's or this one?
I didn't care for the humanoid looking Steppenwolf. He was fine. His voice was better on the Atmos track. The Atmos track on this movie's trash. The center channel is horrible. The dialogue's muddy underneath the side channels. All the music's way louder. I don't know if that
Oh, he's
was a
getting the
thing
real
for you
technical
guys.
shit.
I don't
He's
know if
getting
that
the real
mattered.
technical shit.
You guys even saw that, but
That
it
Dolby
bothered
Atmos.
me a lot. I had to turn my side channels down a lot and boost all the volume. It was
Okay.
Tyler, I think it's because it's they put more bass in Steppenwolf's voice because it was the same.
no. Everybody's dialogue was
Oh, okay.
hard. It was a lot harder to hear because I was watching the original and that shit was very clear.
All right. So, Swag, how you feel about it before we go to the next villain, which I think a lot of people are gonna have some thoughts on.
Yeah, me really. Oh shit! I don't really care for his design like that. I prefer the humanoid-looking Steppenwolf. I feel like when you have a humanoid villain, there's more in depth things you can go with, in terms of his character and developing them. And this dude was like, when he found the anti-life equation, he did a whole T-Rex war. Like, found out so stupid. He doesn't look menacing like you said. He did the puppy dog eyes when he was talking Dark Side. He just looks weird, like his mouth
Does have a
open
dog
wide as
face.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so. The other, I feel like going more with what PB said. The other Dark Side was more. Steppenwolf was more menacing, just in terms of the things he was saying too in Joss's cut. Like, I remember there was a scene where someone said, "Please, I have a family." And that nigga was like, "Why does everyone keep telling me that?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, real shit.
That's a good line.
Realest shit
I like that line too.
I'm like, "Damn, this nigga real." You know,
That was
like,
nice.
this nigga don't even like comprehend that shit. You know, that shit was fun. That was fire. And just other things
All
like,
right.
"Child, the blood of your sisters are soaked on my axe." Just, he had better quotes in Joss's cut. In this, he was kind of generic. And again, a lot of it doesn't really fall on him. A lot of it is because Darkseid is in the movie, and when you show so early, right? When you're trying to build this primary threat as the main villain in the movie, and you show Darkseid in the background, him bound to Darkseid and Desaad and all these people, you kind of take away his menace. You know, you kind of take away his seriousness because we're already looking forward for something even better.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's get to the next one. Keep it relatively short. Because we still got like 5 more characters to talk about and wrap things up. Um, this one I actually kind of like. I see a lot of people hating. I know a lot of people don't like this incarnation of the character, but Jared Leto's Joker. I actually
See,
out of the nightmare scene was terribly shot. I don't understand why he even did that, but that whole back and forth between him and Batman is what I wanted for the longest. It's like, give him at least we should at least get like an interaction with him and Batman and stuff. It's not better than Dark Knight. People need to stop that shit. Stop that shit right now. Cut it out. But I do like how he is talking to Batman about Batman. You know what I'm saying? And my favorite line that he says in there, like that, is why would you send a boy wonder to do a man's job? That was fire. That was bars.
I
That was
like that.
bars right there.
That was
Yeah,
That was
good.
cringy as
bars.
fuck.
So that was part.
His laugh
I
was
cringe.
fucking like I still like his laugh is funny. It's goofy. I know a lot of people don't like it, but like just the look he was
Yeah, he
giving.
did. Hold on. He did not do his laugh exactly the same as he did in Suicide Squad.
No.
Yeah,
It's somewhat similar, but this one's a
It's
little bit more.
similar.
Bro,
This one's more a little. I think a little bit more sadistic.
The interval of gap, bro. The interval of time between the ha's is longer in this version, bro. I don't even know
Yep.
why. Like, bro,
Gemini salute. Thank you for pulling up.
But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, it's just yeah, it's I wish like yeah his outfit I understand like it's a post apocalyptic he's not gonna have his regular get up and stuff like that and you know what I'm saying but when he was talking like it definitely felt like they were mixing multiple Jokers into one. I know a lot of like I know a lot of people don't like his laugh. I think his laugh was it worked, you know, and just that little like that little moment that he was just kind of staring at Batman and stuff, and then like his face was like kind of like scrunched up and shit. I was like, that's fucking creepy. I'm not gonna lie, that guy. I was about to turn shit off. Like I don't want to see that shit. But
Damn.
but swag. How do you feel about Joker in this nightmare scene with Batman and stuff and whatnot? And just
I'm just, bro. That laugh is killing me. That shit was so like.
he kept going with it. He kept going with it. That shit was fucking.
This is probably the worst villain hero interaction I've ever seen on screen in my entire life.
What?
From the way it was directed, the close-up shots felt weird. The things he was saying, and again, I knew this would happen. We always had this worry of can Jared Leto's Joker compete with Ben Affleck's Batman on screen in terms of like capacity and him being the savage that he is and him being so feeble and weak? And the answer is no. And Batman said, "Don't get it fucked up. I will kill you, nigga. Why is he still alive? Out of everybody you've killed, why did you allow this feeble, weak, fucking Powerpuff Girl, ugly looking Warhead? First of all, are we comparing this movie to the previous one, or are we like adding them? Because Warhead has tattoos. That's a bit of a.
Probably got to
I'm not
remove
gonna
it.
lie about
Under
that.
the makeup.
Yeah, whatever. That's a nitpick. But I'm just saying though, like, I just don't know why he's still alive. Like that, it's made
You
no
make a good point.
logical sense to me to think that Batman that's willing to kill Superman on a 1% chance, that Batman that lost faith in humanity, let this pathetic excuse of a living being exist. Like, why is he still here? You killed Harley Quinn, but you let him live? Are you serious?
Yeah.
It was just
All right,
I couldn't get into it
Kate,
because of that like logic fallacy.
Kate, how you feel about it?
Either way, this scene was going to be in there. I think this scene would have worked better after the credits, not to end the initial film on. You know, before the credits, should have ended on Superman flying off or something. I don't think it was good to end the movie on this scene because it's like you should have tried to close it up better and let that be a post-credit scene.
You know,
as far
you know what? Wait, before you keep going, you know what? You make a good point. Me personally, when I think about it, I was like, I would have started the movie off like this, and then have Bruce waking up like boom, like oh shit, like and then doing the whole thing and whatnot. And
it could have
Dark
worked out.
Side should, yeah, keep going though.
But as you guys know, I don't like Jared Leto Joker. This version didn't make it any better. His laugh was problematic. His dishwashing gloves is problematic.
And you know, and I don't want to, I don't keep cutting you off, but like I keep forgetting to show y'all this fucking clip of Jared Leto laughing and stuff in this one movie where it's just like it would have been 10 times better if he would. That was like I forget what movie it was. I think it was somewhere. I forget what movie exactly it was, but like I was like when I heard that, I was like, yes, that's a Joker ass laugh and stuff. But like it was completely different from what we got. But continue. I don't mean to cut you off.
That's all good. But I mean, Swag brought it up because it's a good point about this. This scene doesn't make sense because for Batman to be Batman for 20 years, and within those 20 years, he starts killing people and stuff savagely before he gets to Superman's. Why is this Joker alive? Like his existence here in this nightmare sequence can't work because, for one, Bruce would never work with the guy that killed Robin. For one, two, if he was to kill, he would have killed him already. So this whole situation here, I don't like it because it's not it doesn't make Batman look good. It's like, dude, why are you working with the Joker? It's the one that killed your Robin. So as far as consistency with the universe, this and even then, let's say if originally Zach had this plan, originally, this was never going to work anyways, because we was always going to question why is you working with Joker, being he killed your Robin, but you used to be a killer and you didn't kill him yet. It's doesn't work at all. So he should be dead. Should never been here, and you should never ended the movie on this scene because it's not a good way to end the movie. You know, in my opinion, after the credits, this would have worked. But as far as the initial end, no, this is not a good way to end the movie. Not for me.
Okay.
On that Joker shit, no.
Okay, so Tyler.
I like the dialogue, but I don't like he goes up and down in his. For me, for feeling like the Joker, they'll sound too much like Jared at one point, and then he'll get back to his Joker, and then the laugh is just garbage. But it was okay. They could have put the nightmare sequence anywhere else in the movie. I agree. End credit scene could have been nice.
They could have just took it out entirely since we're not getting a sequel.
I think the reason for the close-up shots on Joker is because they weren't on set together.
Yeah.
That's why you get the wide shots with the rest of the characters.
Yeah, that's the
makes sense.
Camera was too close.
Cinematography.
I thought the directing was okay. It wasn't amazing, but it was alright. Especially for a nightmare dream kind of thing.
That whole scene wasn't. You could tell that was just put together last minute type shit. Like, I was like, wow, this looks really bad compared to.
He didn't. Why are people capping for this movie, man? A lot of things people lied and cap about that are just so different in this cut, but they remain the exact same. He's the exact same Jared Little Joker that we hated in Suicide Squad, and y'all are still asking for
minus the tattoos.
I don't think he is.
Go ahead.
Why
PB?
do I not? I don't get that same feeling at all.
What feeling do you get, PB? Blow my mind.
I don't get the completely ridiculous Joker. I get this controlled chaos from him because he's just sitting there right in front of Batman having this conversation, but you don't know what he's going to say next. I didn't know he was going to offer him a fucking truce. Like, why would he have to offer him a truce if they're already at this point?
Hold on, PB. You know when I said back on Zod's stream that like he did the whole Jimmy Woo or that's the Jimmy Woo that the whole card trick better than him.
Card trick?
Yes, he did it way better. That shit was fire.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like the card trick. Should have got a smooth, right? He's a card kick out of nowhere. That was a good card trick, bro. I was like, damn, this nigga got magic and shit now tight.
I don't know, and I don't get the maybe it's because they're in this nightmare sequence, so they don't have the same context behind them. The context in Suicide Squad is that he's some evil empire genius and he's running the show everywhere and isn't just an agent of chaos.
Yeah, he's like a mobster.
To add to that point, right? Wouldn't this scene have been better if we had 3 Batman movies, right? A whole trilogy of this nigga Batman dealing with Joker, and then in the 3rd movie finally getting tired of just dealing with him and then really crossing that line, and then get a Batman v Superman movie. And this is the overall problem with just Zack's universe. We already have the anti-life equation, Doomsday, Steppenwolf, Darkseid, all this shit, right? With no build-up. So it kind of lacks weight when you introduce these scenes. You'll have fanboys from the comics saying, whoa, yeah, he said that in the comics too, yeah, tight. But in terms of the movie and what you've shown us in the movie and what we're supposed to take at face value, it doesn't work. because we don't know these characters like that. So when they talk about, oh, I killed Harley Quinn like in this way, gruesome, it's like, all right, cool. Y'all really didn't have much interactions like that. If you had a previous trilogy in a movie, we would care more.
True. Okay, that was our dope takes on the Joker. Let's get to these last 5 heroes as quick as possible. Um, starting with Wonder Woman. This is another one I'm kind of mixed with, because I feel like Patty Jenkins handled her character better.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is another kind of like BVS situation where she's just there just to be there. You know what I'm saying? She does have some dope ass like action scenes, but as far as that like goes, it's just there's nothing else there with her character. So, how do y'all feel about it? Anybody can start.
I'll go. I mean, some action sequences was obviously done better with her. For example, the bank sequence. I also like the fact, after she savagely murdered those people in front of the kids, she walked up to the kids and said,
I don't think those kids cared that they just saw that.
Wow,
you could be just like me. I liked it. It was a nice thing to see. I wish Joss kept in that little moment when she did talk to the little girl, show that show that she does care about the kids and shit, even though she
now hold on. Now this scene that I have up right now, is this not over sexualizing Wonder Woman?
No.
What scene?
The scene I got.
What do you mean? Look at your screen.
I'm looking. You're talking.
I mean, I can't see no future.
No, she's holding the lasso. I don't know.
Oh my God, he's just asking a super simple question, and all of you people are over analyzing it. The answer's no.
Question is so dumb. There has to be a double meaning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought that was
so dumb.
I didn't think she wasn't over sexualized in either film. I mean, she was.
No, she was sexualized the appropriate amount in my head all of the time. So whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, continue. Them just as strong.
But I mean, as far as Wonder Woman in this film, because this Snyder Cut connects to Wonder Woman 1 in a sense. It does. Why is she struggling so much with Steppenwolf when she literally blew up Ares with a fucking thunderbolt? Now that's a power scaling issue. It's a power scaling issue. Whatever. But as far as Wonder Woman's character, I liked her in the Whedon cut. I liked her here. I did like that in the Whedon version, she was kind of against Superman coming back because, if Wonder Woman 84 came out, it would have made sense why she would say that because, she asked for Steve to come back and, playing with, bringing back life and stuff is not a good thing to do. If things die, they die. So I like that. I like that in the Whedon version. There was some tension there. Her and Aquaman being against Superman coming back because, what if he doesn't want to come back? They don't know. So Wonder Woman is asking those questions while Batman is just so eager to get him back to right some wrongs and stuff, actually combating Bruce's ideology, She very much felt like her and Batman both felt like the leaders in this movie. They felt like they was both running things. She was obviously the heavy enforcer. So she was basically leading in everything at all.
Well, you said heavy? I think you meant to say sexy.
Sexy heavy.
Yeah, you can't fat shame women.
Fuck, come on, man. Unbelievable.
But one issue I had with Wonder Woman, and it's with the other women in this movie. It's a lot of them.
What other women?
Hold on, careful what you say now. This is 2021 we in.
Why did Cyborg have to yell out to Diana and say, Diana, get on the thing. There's water coming. I'm like, do you not see this big ass wave of water? I'm like, it's not going to kill her anyway. She's Wonder Woman. I'm like,
you didn't get that scene?
What?
When she was staring
at she was looking
like
she was looking at Aquaman, but I'm like,
it was the first time
Cyborg,
she knows their history. She knows their history, and she was looking at him like, this motherfucker, I swear to, she was thinking about it. Like, do I need to be on guard? Do I gotta,
Oh, I mean,
and Cyborg,
I
does
didn't
the
think she
math. The
was.
water's coming. It's like, Diana, snap out of
I,
it. Come on, we gotta go.
I didn't think she was thinking that they was gonna have to like get ready to fight because Steppenwolf's there.
I don't know if she thought that, but she
Yeah,
was.
I
It was
mean,
just,
it's just she clearly was distracted because she saw Aquaman in the water. She saw him, and she was like focused on him and
Yeah.
the big ass wave of water. But I'm like, why does Cyborg need to tell
Typical woman.
get away from water? It's like, get away from it, Diana.
like
You're
you said, she's
smart.
distracted. He's a computer. He's like, you got
Hey, you
nanoseconds. We
notice?
gotta go
You
now.
notice? Like anytime that Wonder Woman fights, her hair is still like it's still like
Amazing.
say yes. That
Right.
shit's
Never
that
dropped
shit's
below a
weird.
9.
Never is like frizzled or none of that shit, but that's just fire.
She's got the
You know what I'm saying?
gift.
Hey, even when Cheater beat her up in Wonder Woman 84, she still looked good. Remember
Cheater.
she was on the ground, right? She
Cheater.
still looked good.
You
Even when
definitely
Even when
said
Cheater beat her.
Cheater.
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 So
But yeah, I mean, but last thing, Diana from the Whedon cut to this version, I like both. They're both different or unique ways, but I prefer the Whedon version a lot better.
all right,
For me.
PB.
I mean, how can you not love Wonder Woman? And I don't know, you get more of her in the Snyder cut, that's for sure, just with every character. And one positive that I can pull out of the Snyder cut was the scene with her and Alfred making tea. That was freaking special.
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire. That's a underrated scene right there. That was dope.
I love that scene.
Tyler, Mr. Cordelius.
Yeah, everybody's saying basically, what I think. Action was tight. I like that scene, like Kate said, with the kids. I can't be like you one day. Like, yeah, you can be anything you want to be. That was nice. Yeah, she was just the extra muscle because Superman wasn't there, so she definitely needed to be there with Aquaman. I think
At least you
Both
didn't
their-
say heavy.
both their muscle combined was still not enough, but it was needed. And
True.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
it.
Wonder Woman. And she finds her way back home, towards the end of the movie. That's nice.
Swag.
Here we
I
go.
mean, the more we do these characters, the more it becomes obvious to me just how off a lot of these characters are. Aquaman isn't Aquaman, Flash isn't Flash, and Wonder Woman isn't Wonder Woman to me.
Well,
And to be honest, like, I preferred her in Joss's just because they're both fine in both versions. It's just in Joss's she had a little bit more.
they're definitely fine.
And they had that whole fight on Steve Trevor. So in this movie she kept just I don't know if it was kind of off-putting to y'all, but she just kept telling everybody, I had a man once that I loved. It's like, you gonna tell everybody your life story, or like it kind of got annoying. But
she said that more than
her
once.
theme that Zach chose to give her was, again, probably the worst superhero theme I've ever heard in my life. That shit was trash.
She's the best.
Yeah, that shit was trash. But my main, she's still cool though. I'll give her a pass in this movie. My main issue with Gal, in general, as an actress, is that she can't act. She just played horrible acting in this movie for me. Kal-El, no, dear Christ. But I'll give her a pass.
All right. So speaking of awkward characters, we might as well go to
Yeah, let's
the
do
next. The next one, the Flash.
it.
I still don't like his Flash. He's
This
still
motherfucker.
he's still goofy as shit. There were some cool scenes with him.
He's
Like
ass
as far
goofy.
as the ending with Flash was cool, but the whole shit with Iris and stuff, that shit was weird. That shit was
That's
definitely weird. Definitely a little creepy. Little Joss Whedon-esque, a little creepy. But overall, it's just he's the same Flash. He's the same goofy motherfucker you saw in Joss Whedon's cut. He's the same goofball.
Hold on. I got a question. I got a question
But
for anybody who can answer it. What was the deal with traveling backwards in time ever so slightly when they brought Superman back to life.
He had to touch the box the second it touched the water.
Yeah.
I know that, but in the original cut, he didn't have to travel back in time ever so slightly in order to do it. He just got there on time.
Yeah, because he didn't have Cyborg didn't have that nightmare vision. That kind of
Yes,
threw off the
he
timing.
delayed it. Yeah, Cyborg delayed it with his vision.
Right, so what does this time travel affect? What was the point of that?
To touch the box when it hit the water at the exact moment.
Oh my god, so there's... Continue. Never mind.
Oh man, hold on. Let's talk about the worst scene with the Flash, bro. Like a parademon can apparently now see Flash and
Hey,
take him out with that shit
Hey,
was fucking trash,
that parademon needs an award, bro.
bro. You need to
He's
recruit.
got the
Why the
skill.
fuck? Why the fuck? Why the fuck?
For
Hold
like
on.
20 minutes.
Why the fuck do I need? Why the fuck do I need the Flash when this motherfucker can see the Flash? Like
Oh my god.
recruit the parademon.
Victor,
so
I can't hold this. Getting shot at for 20 minutes straight.
bro, like
max.
how is the parademon even able to see the Flash though?
Just a
He shouldn't
lucky
even
shot.
be able to see.
I mean, bro, that's
No
Flash's
luck.
character, man.
Ain't no
Always
The
luck.
gotta-
lucky shot.
Ain't no
Hell
lucky
yeah,
shot.
that was a lucky shot.
Nobody should be able to see
One
the
shot out
Flash.
of
That's the whole
1,000.
point.
It's luck. It's called luck.
Well, I mean,
bro. Listen,
look.
bro. Purp, you know who his villains are, bro? Gorilla Grodd, Captain Boomerang. I mean, this is kind of his character. His character is inconsistency.
And I'll give you that. Yes, it's a movie.
This
so
dude
there's
got shot by Deathstroke, Deadshot, gets beat by Captain Cold. Like, bro.
But a parademon though, god damn.
I mean, look, I'm gonna say this real quick on Flash. As far as Flash goes in this movie, I did like the fact that he did have kind of
He
a sense
did
of what he was
he
doing.
did get shot twice. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, he wasn't looking in that direction the first time.
Oh, hold on. Before you continue, K Dot, it's like imagine it's like a Power Ranger get beat up, like one Power Ranger get beat up by one putty. Like that's just trash, bro. Continue.
I mean, in this film, this Flash, he did know what he was doing. You know, he was talking about he didn't know which way was east and west and shit, all that other weird shit. I still don't like how he acts. I don't like the way he talks. That weird jittery shit he does kind of reminds me of Jesse Eisenberg a little bit, but more likable. The way Jesse Eisenberg mannerisms are, all weird and awkward. You know, it's not my Barry Allen. I would hope him be a little like Grant Gustin, a little bit more confident speaking. Like he speaks with more confidence. You know, that type of thing. But his character in this film, I like that scene when he went back in time. I liked his theme when he went back in time too. That score was tight. I didn't like him getting shot by the parademon. I didn't like that. It's whatever. I did like that he was saying, you know, he had some pretty good jokes here. He was kind of funny at times, still goofy, but funny. What else? My big issue I had, and it was near the end when he did have to do the time travel thing. It was a cop out, but that was my issue. So Victor needed to get a charge, right? A charge of, you know, Flash was doing that run to work up a charge for Victor, right? And they was putting so much emphasis on Victor needed that charge. And Flash was running for 20 minutes. He was running for a long time. And I was like, can't Wonder Woman just zap Cyborg with some lightning and just give him a charge? I mean, why does Flash need to do it? I felt like they were just trying to force that time travel. I felt like Zach was trying to force that time travel moment by making Flash run for so long. Like it shouldn't take him this long to get a charge.
No, he wasn't trying to force the time travel moment because it didn't mean anything. It has no effect on anything. It was just to charge the box.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, Wonder Woman could have charged the box. She got electricity powers. Wonder Woman won. Well, whatever, you know, you had to give him something to do. Like he needed something to do, and they gave him something to do. It wasn't the way I wanted to do it, but they gave him something to do. He still thinks he did a solo movie first to explain a lot of things he did.
No, My biggest problem is his name isn't Wally West.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
Or
so
even
next
bro.
next character, we got 3 characters left. Let's talk about the quote unquote, or what people
Oh
say,
God.
the heart of the Justice League, which the heart of the Justice League should be fucking Superman, but I digress. Um, Cyborg. Now, I want to start off by saying that this portrayal of Cyborg was trash. Just based off of, like, if I had never watched Doom Patrol, I'd probably think this Cyborg was dope. But knowing that Cyborg and Doom Patrol was like, his whole backstory was way more fucked up than this Cyborg's. And so the way that his backstory and how, like, he got in a car crash, it's so fucking generic. Like, how many times have we seen that type of death or some shit like that in a fucking movie or a TV show where you know you have the winning game or some shit, and then, like, they're coming home and they get into a little argument, or they're having a little back and forth, and the bitch ain't paying attention to the road, and then all of a sudden she gets T-boned and shit, and she dies. That shit's so generic. It was way better in Doom Patrol, where I'm not going to completely spoil it, but where
Spoiler.
where Cyborg's mom's death was Victor's fault. Like, he did that shit. Like, and they just where they go with that, and the way they handle Silas's character and all that with his father and stuff was just 10 times better than this shit. To be honest, like, I'm kind of glad that this whole shit got cut, but I understand why Ray Fisher was mad. He felt some type of way about it. I would too. Like, you damn near cut me out. You cut me all the way out the whole movie, but for good reason.
They kept all the
But
relevant scenes.
but people that have seen Doom Patrol probably could see where I'm coming from as far as just how they handle his character and just his backstory in general. And just Ray Fisher, like, I could see, like, he has potential to be a good actor, but it's just he was just way too monotone. I was like, I know you're a cyborg, but goddamn, a little bit of fucking have a little bit of charm to your character. Like, goddamn, like, you're just like,
You still
I
got a
got it to
human
do.
mouth, motherfucker.
I was
Yeah,
like, you could do all this shit when you're flying, right? You could smile, but you have a problem saying "booyah." Come on, bro, get the fuck out of here. Somebody go, because I'm just starting to get triggered thinking
hey,
about this
I'll,
shit.
hey,
No, you brought up the magic word, guy. Booyah. He goes 3 hours, 52 minutes, can't say the magic fucking word. He says it in the original cut. Fuck that
Booyah.
shit.
Can someone
That's
explain to me how so in order to die from a bleed out, you need to lose 40% of the blood in your system. Can someone explain to me how this man got into a car crash, lost half his body, and survived the trip to the hospital?
Hey, man.
hey,
He
that
did lose half his body right away, the way that I understand it.
shouts out to that anesthesia or some shit. I don't know.
Also, one thing, good point though, Swag. That's a good point, Swag. When we see this thing in the hospital, he still got most of his body left. So how the fuck does his whole body turn to metal and shit? Like, this shit, like, is his body in that metal and some shit? I don't know. It's
No,
fucking
no.
weird.
Alien
His whole
technology, bro.
his legs was gone. His arm was gone. He still had his face, but
He was just a torso.
yeah, just a torso. His lower half was all gone.
I don't like it.
He lost
Well,
too
I
much
mean,
blood. He shouldn't even be alive.
I
But okay.
like it.
say this though, I like both versions of him. I like in the 2017. I like how he already knows how to use his powers. He knows exactly how to do everything he needs to do. But I like this version where he does learn and he has to get used to it. Like when he hits up Diana, the text is all wonky because he's learning, and that was like probably one of his first times sending a message like that. In the 2017, it's just perfect off jump. So it's depends on you which one you like. for those reasons.
Oh, going back to Doom Patrol real quick, because there's somewhat similar scenes that went on in here, like where Cyborg in this and Zack Snyder's Justice League, where he randomly pops up on that chick that's about to get evicted and something like that, gives her money. Cyborg kind of did something very similar to in Doom Patrol. I'm talking about did something similar, but it was to kind of like stop a robbery from happening and stuff. Like this chick was getting held by gunpoint, and he was using the thing, whatever, to tell the message, be like, I'm calling the cops, blah 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 blah, and all that shit. I just wanted to put that out there. That was kind of interesting that they put that in there. So I don't know. I don't know which one came first or which one got shot first, but I don't know if that's like a thing from the comics or anything and whatnot. But
you talking about that scene with the ATM?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good scene. I'm gonna say this about Cyborg in this film. I liked him in this version. I liked him in the Whedon cut. I prefer the Whedon one more because he is a little bit. You get more better vibe of like Teen Titan Cyborg in it, but not too much, but not too goofy. In the Whedon version, in this version, he's not so. He's a little bit more brooding, but I still like it. I can see why a lot of his stuff got cut out. I can see why. I understand why Ray Fisher's mad. I understand it.
Why a lot of his stuff got cut out. That's a quality Cyborg joke.
I would be mad too. But the thing about it is, like the scene, like his dad dying, that didn't need to happen. He died for nothing. Very useless reason to die. The way his mother died, and how he blamed his father for it. I was like, bro, your mom just can't drive. She just
okay, make another left turn.
Like she's speeding in snow, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
None of them motherfuckers can drive, yo. All of them should get their license revoked. None of these people can drive.
Yes, that's why some of the women in this movie, they doing some weird shit, bro. Like shit, can't fucking drive and shit. I was like, damn.
Careful now, kid.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying
they
cannot drive, but in this movie, 2 of the black women can't drive, bro. That's crazy.
Careful, man.
But look,
they don't have the skill, or they're not allowed, or they're drunk.
I'm not sure if they was drunk, whatever. I don't know. They can't drive. But yeah, I don't like that Victor is placing so much blame of his mother's death on his on his father. But I understood why he was mad at his father, because his father did make him into a cyborg, and he doesn't look as presentable as he should to the rest of the world, and it makes sense why he wants to hide himself. It makes perfect sense for him to be mad at his father because he made him into cyborg, not also blame him for his mother's death. Now, I have to give some critique to Ray Fisher's acting in this movie.
I definitely hold on, Mike. I definitely think Snyder definitely watched Doom Patrol or something like that, and try to recreate that scene. Or whichever came first. I don't know what got shot first or not, but it is interesting that they put that in. Continue.
But like I said, I didn't feel like Cyborg at all was the heart, because I mean, when his dad died, I laughed. When his mom died, I laughed.
Yeah, this thing is sick.
Look, I'm gonna say this. Where I really lost, and I'm glad they took this out because it didn't work in this version. When his father died, right? And I really thought Ray Fisher was going to do like a breakdown moment of how any person would react when they see their father die right in front of them. I thought he was going to legit break down. But what ruined that scene for me was Ray Fisher and the rest of the team. Like when his father died, everyone's talking about, oh, Superman's back. His dad just died. And then Cyborg in like a couple of seconds completely changes up. He goes from kind of crying to, oh, my dad left us this message. Let's go save the day. I'm like, bro, your daddy just died, my nigga. Cry or some shit. Get on your knees. Do some shit.
You know what it made that? You know what it made that scene?
I got what you did.
It didn't feel powerful.
You know what it made that scene a lot better and made Steppenwolf a lot more menacing? As his father's dying, because Steppenwolf's right behind this motherfucker. While he's reaching out like no, he should have cut that bitch in half.
Oh no! Hey, no! You want to know what would have been better? Steppenwolf had him by his neck and made him watch his father die instead of like smacking away. Like he literally grabs him, slams his face against the glass and say, "Look at your father die." Like, look at your daddy die, nigga.
Damn, so like it is kind of sad. Yo, Cyborg don't got a mom or dad no more. Fuck.
Yeah, I
What are you
just I
talking about? He still got the mother box.
more powerful. It didn't feel powerful. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel he didn't capture that scene well of a father of a son watching his father die in front of him. He didn't capture that well. Not at all.
So everybody got their thoughts out about Cyborg. Tyler, you got anything?
But he was so good in this movie. He was so good. Not bad. Still good.
I did go already.
Okay.
He was the best Teen Titan in the movie.
All right, so we got two more left. You can only guess who those last two characters are, and I think we're gonna save the big guy for last, and we're just gonna go with Batman or Batfleck. My biggest takeaway from this movie. Me personally, I know a lot of people didn't like Batman in this, but me personally, the best things I thought in this movie were Batman and Joker. Personally, and I'd probably put like Wonder Woman up there, even though she didn't really do nothing. Her action scenes were dope though, still dope. But you know, I think we got more Bruce Wayne in this than Batman. I think that's why a lot of people had issues with it. The balance was definitely off. I liked it. I liked the fact that they threw in the whole explanation of the gauntlets and how he's able to like take all those parademon hits and shit and almost get fucking melted down by Superman. That shit was fucking crazy.
Bro, he was withstanding that shit. That shit was.
Go ahead, Swag. Go ahead, Swag. Talk about.
He's so. I mean, listen. His Batman to me, in terms of action, this is probably the most comic book accurate Batman has ever been. Like the shots displayed in this movie are iconic. There's a really good way of showing Batman and his cape flap with a good background, dark. He looks like Batman. I'm not gonna lie to you, he looks like Batman when it's CGI'd and when it's all that fluff. But I will say when it's Ben Affleck alone, or you just the stunt double or whatever, just doing their own stunts, it looks awful, bro. This man looked like an old man struggling to do that kick. That kick was still in the movie. And that shit was funny.
Bro, I was watching Jody's review on it when he said that AARP shit. That shit had me dying. I was like, bro. he's on life alert.
That sidekick was a Whedon shot. I'm keeping a buck. I was like, I thought it was a Whedon shot. I thought it was.
He old, man. But yeah, in terms of his character.
Yeah, what happened to that warehouse scene?
He's not Batman, He's introducing himself as Bruce Wayne to everyone off the jump. Everybody knows his identity already. And he's not as, I don't know. He seems soft almost. It's just a weird it's a weird change from BVS when he has such convictions of 1% chance to
Still Nation,
oh my
salute.
God, you need Superman sucking to the point where he's sucking his cock so much, like, oh, please come back, help us. Like, my God, it's just, I don't know. But yeah, he's not Batman like that. Like I said, these characters are not the characters they're supposed to be. Even from what they are, they're kind of inconsistent. But the action is on point.
Okay. That Reway.
I am here. So I'll say my piece about Batman in this movie. Now, a lot of people gonna hate my opinion on this. I think Whedon did Batman better, aside from the jokey joke stuff. He did in this movie, like Swag brought up earlier. Batman looks amazing. He looks amazing. When the suit is on, he looks great. When he's standing, he looks tight. When he's talking with that voice modulator shit, he sounds cool. He looks cool, all that stuff. But as far as, and I'll give an example. When Batman had a contingency plan just in case for when Superman came back, which was Lois Lane, the big guns. I didn't like the fact that by pure luck he survived in this version, and he didn't have a plan really to on how to counter Superman, whether he came back evil or good or weird and stuff. He didn't have no plan. I didn't like that because Batman always has a plan for everything. And in this movie, yeah, he said he's going on faith, but Batman doesn't really go on faith in a lot of situations. He goes in with a plan and then a backup plan, always for every situation. He even had one in BVS when he was fighting Superman. Made sure to have all those miniguns and stuff, the sound things and kryptonite gun, all these different contingency plans. But in this movie, I'll be honest with you, compared to BVS, Batman was way better in BVS as far as more Batman stuff. The action in this movie of his scenes do not compare to the warehouse scene. I think he did martial arts on one parademon. Shit, he did more martial arts in the Whedon version when he remember the first scene when he took out that robber and stuff and he did that little backflip and the little reach around thing, like the wrap around that little reach around and shit. I was like, I mean, in the Whedon version, that's crazy. Whedon did Batman better. The contingency plan, aside from the jokey joke shit, the goofy shit, him, the weird, awkward smile shit. But my biggest issue with Batman in this movie is how much he flip-flops from BVS. Now, I don't know how many weeks this takes place from BVS. I'm guessing it takes place, maybe 2 days, 3 days after Superman's death?
No,
don't say 2 days. Don't say 2 days. That's all. That's fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah, Superman couldn't have been dead for that long because as soon as his
technically he was not dead. Technically he wasn't dead. He's in a coma. That motherfucker, his coffin was moving at the end of BVS, so he was mostly in a coma.
Yeah, it wasn't far apart from BVS. It was like probably maybe a week or two, very recent. All of a sudden he's a Superman fanboy. Like Superman got to come back. He's all this, all that. I'm like, bro, you don't even know Superman like that. Is he? And even in the Whedon cut, I had this issue. In the Whedon version, he was like Superman. Superman was more human than me. You don't know the nigga. How you know he was more human than you? It's
1% so much chance, right? 1%.
Yeah.
Virgo, salute Virgo.
Like I said, in this movie, Batman looked good, but he flip-flopped. He's rushed. Batman is just as rushed as any other character in this movie. He's rushed. Especially if this is a trilogy. This is the most rushed Batman I've seen in a trilogy. To go from, I'm going to kill you, and then a week later, I want Superman to come back to life. Like, come on, bro. That's super flip-flop.
Yeah. All right, so, PB, how you feel about it?
Oh man,
talk to
you
me.
You get so much more Bruce Wayne in this movie. You don't really get that much more Batman, do you? Like the fight scenes with Batman, I don't think are that much longer compared to how much more Bruce Wayne you get in the movie.
Somebody will make that compilation where they just put all the Batman scenes together. Probably be like 5 minutes.
Although they give you the special scene at the end of the movie with Martian Manhunter, where he goes, "Hey, I want to join your team." Cool.
You know what? You don't want to fix that scene if Batman's like, "Yo, where the fuck were you at when we were fighting this motherfucking this Steppenwolf bitch? Like, where were you at, my guy? Like, where were you at this whole time? We were fighting Doomsday. Nice. Where were you?"
Like just chilling, watching, doing not a fucking thing.
What's the shit you said to me, Tyler?
So, I don't know. It's a lot. It's long. I don't need to see Bruce Wayne walk on a fucking hill for 5 minutes.
It's just the motion capture for that scene.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
What?
I'm gonna check that out.
What does that scene tell me?
No, I was telling Purp what I sent him.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. But Tyler, how you feel about Batfleck in this movie.
I mean, I liked him. I thought his action was tight, especially at the end. That was really, was a lot of awesome stuff. I mean, if you don't like Batman using guns, then I guess you won't like that. But that was tight watching him take the guns and then shooting the parademons, getting on the cannons, blowing up some of the cannons.
Yeah, man, he was putting in work.
Just putting in work just on the outside to try to help Flash, but it was too late on that last parademon. But he's cool. I mean, I liked him. For what K-Dot said about Faith and BVS, I think after he died and he realized he had a mom, he had a life, he was here for 30 years, nobody knew, so he's obviously living a normal life, working, getting by. That's why he felt like he was more human than him.
Right, he's like, I'm rich. He's there like he's a whole superhuman being and shit like that. He's working a fucking 9 to 5. Like, what kind of nut shit is that? That shit's crazy.
Pretty sure he was working a 5 to 9.
All right, so let's get to the last but not least. Because it only took him 3 hours to get here. So, Superman. You know what I'm saying? That's my biggest complaint about this movie. It's like, bro, it really took y'all 3 hours to get this man to come back to life. Like, come on, man. You gotta do better. I don't like the black suit. I just think
like I was like why it's there.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why it's there?
That's what I mean.
No, I just don't like it because it's like, bro, you got the same suit on as Batman. Like, the fuck is you doing? Like, it's just, man. His fight scenes was cool. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to me that like when he's fighting the Justice League, when he's like about to kill Bruce, that he just takes off with Lois, and then immediately afterwards he doesn't sense that Steppenwolf just pops up like 2 seconds later. Like, you could have handled that situation right there, but whatever. He wants to go. He goes to. I think he goes to Alfred first, then he goes to that fight.
Yeah, that scene gives a lot of context to why Superman, in the 2017 Cyborg yells Superman, and he explains to him we need to do this with the box.
I gotta get going, man.
All right, man, no problem, bro. I appreciate you pulling up.
Yeah, thanks for having me, y'all. Have a good stream.
Go get some sleep, bro.
Shit. All right, peace out.
I thought you just passed out like right there, like.
Yep, down, keyboard down.
Cyborg explains
go get some sleep, bro.
What they need to do with the box, but I think Alfred explained all that stuff to him when he met him, and that's why Superman just goes there. He knows what's up.
Okay.
He knows Steppenwolf. He knows the boxes. He knows the team.
True. PB.
I wanna know what Tyler's talking about with this black suit of why. What do you mean? Why it's there?
I don't have. That's what I was trying to say. There's no reason.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason for a bunch of this shit. They're just doing it for no fucking reason. That's what makes it fucking
that is what
stupid.
His dad's suit looks like, but they don't tell you that in this movie.
I mean, I liked his introduction to the fight more in the original version than I did in the Snyder cut. Using the words truth and justice, that's good.
Interesting.
But I'm sure Zach didn't want to say that.
Yeah, everybody says black suit's his healing suit. I don't give a fuck about that, bro. He could just put on he could just put on the regular suit and just go up to the sun like he normally did and shit. Like, bro, he don't gotta do all this shit, bro.
Yeah, he went up there and looked like Jesus anyways. What difference does it make?
Right. K-Dot, final thoughts on Superman?
Is he changing his shirt?
Well, right quick, I'll say I liked his introduction here. It was cool to see him take that hit from Cyborg, and he said not impressed, and then Uses his freezing breath right away. That was tight. Got that
That was a
axe
cool
out.
scene. That was a cool scene. That
And
was
the
a cool
square
scene.
came in. That was tight.
But yet, when we see this movie, talk about this movie, when people say this is better than Adventure. Okay, go ahead, kid.
Oh no, I'm back. You go talk about what you're gonna say.
No, I was saying, I was like, when we were watching all these dope fight scenes and all this and whatnot, but none of them compared to anything that happens in these Avengers movies. I just want to make that clear that this
Yeah,
movie's not better than no Avenger movie. It's cool. You could compare it to other DCEU movies and stuff. That's fine. Don't compare it to no Marvel movies and nothing like that. Just don't do
Yeah, it's
I mean, I think
almost as good as the original version of Justice League.
yeah. I mean, I for me, the most standout person who had the best action scenes was Steppenwolf, in my opinion. I like Superman's too, but Steppenwolf really had some standout action sequences that was better than most villains we see in some superhero movies. Not better than Zod and Man of Steel, but
that.
he had some great action sequences.
What about what's your thoughts on Superman as a whole in this?
I mean, I like Superman's return and rebirth, and both of these versions are both good in their own way. Like I say, I would
My
say
God, which one's better?
I really prefer the Whedon one more. Hey, look, I get it. The mustache CGI is trash. I understand it, but looking at the
I haven't
character,
noticed it. I never noticed that shit though.
It stands out
Like
so
why?
much to me.
No, I mean it's not the worst CGI. It's not like Sci-Fi Channel CGI, but it is not good for a freaking $200
Like
million movie.
yeah,
like
and
if
look,
it, hold on, hold on. If they never told you that like they was CGI, would people even notice it?
Yes, and I think they spent
Um,
25 or 75 million just on the mustache,
But I'm saying
depending
if like they never
on
told you
which
about
is
it. If they
insane.
never.
okay, if you watch it in 2D, you have a higher chance of noticing it than if you had watched it in 3D, just because of the way that the screen works. So 3D people probably would have less a chance of noticing it.
I
But
mean,
outside of
if
that, people are definitely going to notice that kind of stuff because it moves weird.
yeah,
I
I
just
mean,
watched it 2 days ago.
Go ahead, kid.
I'll say this: if anything, we have to blame Tom Cruise for that because remember he was filming Mission
Fuck
Impossible
Tom
6.
Cruise.
And remember, Tom Cruise was going to sue them if he cut off his mustache. He was literally going to sue them if he cut off the mustache. He was going to
All right,
sue
bro.
them. And
Appreciate it.
they had to do what they had to do. In my opinion, him Superman with the red and blue suit doesn't have no beard and mustache and shit. They could have gave him a full beard, but wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't
Hey,
make any
Dad,
sense for him to have
do
it.
you wanna know the funny side to that story with Tom Cruise?
What is it?
That I want to say it was 2 or 3 days after they filmed the mustache scene, and then
Yeah.
they have to, CGI it out. That was when Tom Cruise broke his ankle jumping to that building, and they had to take 6 weeks off. So then he could have shaved his mustache anyway, because it
Yeah.
would have grown back in time. Ouch.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was
They
like,
gave them 3 million to stop production for him to do the reshoots, and then 25 million for the CGI on the mustache. It's
There
crazy.
you go.
I mean, they
All that
could.
money.
Tom Cruise could have gave him a fake mustache anyways in Mission Impossible 6. I was like, man, it was over some dumb shit. Why they had to do that? This whole situation, it could have been cleared up easily with fake prosthetic beards and shit. Freaking Tom Cruise. So blame Tom Cruise for that whole mustache shit. People blame Joss, and if it was their way, they would have cut off the mustache. If it was their way, they would have cut off the mustache. But blame Tom Cruise. Blame Tom Cruise. That's all his fault.
Word.
Because he was being.
Hey, I just wanted the record to be. I just wanted it to be known that I do not associate with K Dot. Because that is just a joke. That is just a joke. If you know, you know. Shout out to Zack Snyder. Because the whole Geeks and Gamers thing. That's the funniest shit I've heard all year. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a running joke now.
Hey, Purp, I'm gonna say this on it real quick. You know, hey, we got our
Good.
little thing. Look, geeks and gamers, they are very much, you know, some Star Wars hating people make Star Wars hate videos 24/7. I understand all that, but on Zach's end, that was I was like, that's some piece of shit stuff to do. It's like these niggas got you 60 million. I mean, no, 60,000, and you can like, oh, we're gonna drop them. But you on a stream with Film Gob and shit. I'm like, what the heck, bro? Shit makes no sense.
But like, yeah, like I wouldn't consider geeks and gamers a hate group, but they are a group of haters. That's what they do.
Yeah.
I'm saying I had to throw that in there. It is what it is, but you know,
No, they They make that one video in 10 where they like something so that they can say that they don't hate on everything. You can't forget that.
Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
You're right.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much the Justice League breakdown. Next week, though, it's going down. I'm gonna be $10 richer. You know what I'm saying? fuck you, K-Dot, and fuck you, Tyler, because I am.
When's it come out?
I'm next week, next Wednesday.
Hey, dog. When I get my $10,
supposed to see it tomorrow. Supposed to see it tomorrow.
Like it comes out.
Hey, I'm not a sore loser neither, because like if it does, you know what I'm saying, if I do end up losing the bet, then you know what I'm saying, I will humbly be like, you know what I'm saying, this was fun. And that's how it always should be with these goddamn movies. They are just goddamn movies.
Did you guys draw a definitive line of what determines a winner in the fight?
No, and I think if it comes to that, we're gonna have to have like a debate on a stream, and
you gotta figure it out ahead of time, or else nobody will ever win the bet.
They said there was gonna be a definitive winner, so we kind of
they lie all the time.
They said they even reshot and rewrote the end of the movie for that. You're right. It might not happen like that, but I hope it does.
Chill, Showmonger, salute. I gotta talk to you later. Tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, Chillmonger. Just to talk to you. Pay attention.
But yeah, next week we'll be talking about. So hopefully everybody can watch Godzilla vs Kong. If not, I don't care if you get spoiled. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying. I don't think anybody really cares about spoilers with this movie. Honestly, like it's about two monsters beating the fuck out of them.
Dude, there's only one spoiler. There's only one spoiler. Who won the bet?
Yeah, that too. Nobody really cares about the human story of things. Like we just come here to see Godzilla versus Kong.
Whoa. Hold on. There's humans in this movie?
Right. Exactly. But yeah, we're definitely gonna be talking about that Sunday. Got the AOT live. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody pulling up tonight. We had like 30 plus people at one time in here. It was really dope. It was fun. I got my Snowfall review coming up for episode 6, season 4. I gotta go watch it right after this stream. I put that up as soon as possible and then take my ass to bed. I'll probably be up to like 6 o'clock in the morning and pass out. So I'm definitely trying to sleep in. They were trying to get me to come in early. I was like, nah, something come up, bro. I'm trying to sleep in. But yeah, man. Next week, blockbuster season starts with Godzilla versus Kong. Thank God, us. It's like finally we're gonna start getting some movies, some good ones, hopefully. Like I said, I'm not expecting too much from it, you know, as far as like story goes. But like I said, we're not here for the fucking story, bro. We're not gonna watch Godzilla versus Kong for the story.
I guarantee that shit is gonna crash the HBO Max servers when Godzilla versus Kong drop.
I mean, see, HBO Max servers are always kind of trash. They're like kind of hit or miss, regardless of what you watch on it. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just gonna crash, straight up crash. Yeah. It's gonna crash.
Yeah, so what videos I got coming? I might do a video on the first 3 episodes of Invincible. I might not. I'm definitely going to do a review on the Mighty Ducks Game Changers. I just want to check out the first episode to see if it's going to be as bad as I think it's going to be. I got Into the Dark, another Into the Dark. I think it's going to be like the season finale of season 2 or something like that. Blood Moon. Still interesting series. There's a lot of hit or miss movies that they put out like each month and stuff like, but it's still an interesting series. If you got Hulu and you like horror movies and you like anthology series that are based off of the holidays of each month stuff, you should definitely check that out. Other than that, oh yeah, Attack on Titan, of course. You know what I'm saying? I might throw some other videos out there here and there or something like that. But as far as that go, as far as whatever comes out this weekend or something like that, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I appreciate everybody pulling up. You know what I'm saying? For this discussion, everybody that checked out the replay, I appreciate the love. Anybody got any last words?
We don't ever have to talk about this thing again, do we?
That's facts.
Well,
Thank you.
Tonight at midnight, Justice is Gray drops. For those that's not
What?
gonna watch it, don't watch it.
Who the hell? That's another. Hold on, one second. Who the hell is going to watch a 4-hour black and white movie? God damn it! Y'all niggas is insane.
I'm gonna check it
Good
out.
luck
I don't know
to
if
them.
I'll
Hey,
watch the
bro.
whole thing, but I
Hey,
want to
bro,
check
that
it
shit
out.
art, bro. That shit
That
art,
shit's
bro.
already in black and white.
But that
That
drops
shit
at
already don't
midnight.
got no colors. You just gonna take the shit. You might as well just make that shit in black.
That's funny.
Or put the negative put a negative look on it or some shit like that. I don't know. K Dot, you got any last words?
Oh, well, someone wanted a grade real quick. If I had to give it a grade, I didn't grade it in my reaction, but I'll grade it here. I'll give it a solid C. I think I gave the Whedon cut like a C plus, so I'll give this a solid C.
Okay. PB, any last words?
Oh my God! I thought that we already did last words. You said we didn't have to talk about it, and now you're asking for
Right.
grades about it.
No.
I'm good.
You don't got to grade if you don't want to, but you said you're not gonna talk about it no more. Okay, that's fine.
It's like a
Ty,
4
4 out of 5. That's it. That's
out
what I
of 10.
Make sure. I don't know when Zod's doing part 2 of that review. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you still gotta go through your 8 pages. I don't know how far you
Oh my
got.
God!
You still
Not
have to
far
talk about
enough.
this. Yeah, you still have to talk about this, unfortunately. But I might
Yeah,
have
I
to.
just meant we here.
Yes. this this right here. Hold on. Let me pull this up. This shit right here is real. That's just dead. 2021. That shit dead. But Tyler, any last words?
Like Purp said earlier, got Godzilla vs Kong next week, so we're gonna be talking a lot about that on I'm sure all of our channels. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be Godzilla week. You know what I'm saying? We used to be like, what? Got like
I'm supposed to
Zack
talk
Snyder,
about
what?
that movie on my channel. What?
But let me go around and just tell people where they can find you. For the people that don't know who you are or what your channel's about and whatnot, or whatever the fuck. PB.
Oh yeah, I'm PB. I talk about pop culture. Go to your favorite social media, put in pop culture PB. If you don't find me, get the fuck off that social media and get on one that has me. Follow me there.
Okay, Tyler.
See my name on the screen. Just type that in on YouTube. Subscribe and go from there. See you there.
Yes. K Dot.
You guys know, I should get out Sanctum, pop culture stuff. That's what I talk about. I have a Subin and Lois video coming tomorrow with some more DC news. So tomorrow is going to be just content about DC tomorrow. Subin and Lois video coming. Y'all be on lookout.
All right. True. So yeah, like I said, I appreciate everybody that pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you pull up again next week, next Wednesday, same time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna be talking about King Kong versus Godzilla or Godzilla versus King Kong. Don't worry, matter what you put it in. But you know what I'm saying? Make
No,
sure
it
you go
does
watch
matter if you add the word king, though, you putz.
it. Whatever. Tomato,
Not
tomato.
whatever.
Tomato,
Important,
tomato.
important details.
Tomato, tomato. Tomato, tomato. Anyways, make sure
Potato
y'all
in my mouth. What?
pause. But make sure you guys check out Godzilla versus Kong next Wednesday on HBO Max because we're definitely going to be talking about spoilers and whatnot. You know,
Yes.
so I ain't gonna do that no spoiler shit. Nah, fuck that. We going in. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be $10 richer. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rub it in K Dot. I'm gonna rub it in K Dot's face. He's never gonna hold. He's gonna get so annoyed. He's gonna probably have to block me. But yeah, I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all the love. Appreciate Mad Squirrel for putting all the links in. Everybody having a discussion back and forth with each other and whatnot. But until next week, I'll see y'all later. Peace.